streaming services now. I am Tristan, and this is the latest, I guess the 13th session of 20 Sides. I'm amazed that we survived so long.
Me too.
I may turn into a robot from time to time. It is part of my secret identity. It's not so secret anymore. But speaking of identities, I'm going to introduce our wonderful players. Starting right next to me here is Juno, or at least on my screen she's next to me. That's Juno playing our human rogue, Alana.
Hello.
Ahoy. And next is Ed playing our human wizard, Stephanon.
Hello.
And the queen of our stream, who's also playing our gnome wizard, Blivette, is No Life Queen.
Greetings.
You have her to thank for this beautiful channel that you're watching now. And then, of course, we also have Picard playing our human paladin, Dubois.
Bonsoir.
And also trying to figure out our hangman game in the corner is Richard playing our tiefling cleric, Rahaj.
Bonsoir.
One of them is really French, or French-speaking, but which
It's
one?
actually Casey, which is the crazy part.
Oui. Next is Hazel, who is playing our elven druid Jacket.
She's just totally robotic.
I got like
She added the robot, which
I
made it a
got
lot
such a
better.
robot. And then, of course, Casey is playing our drow elvish cleric, Rana.
Hello.
All right, and as usual, at the beginning of every session, I have my players roll for chores. These are special tasks just to gain a little extra experience and also take some of the workload off my mind when I'm trying to juggle lots of things. So if you want to volunteer, you can go ahead and roll 170. You don't have to. While you're doing that,
Wow.
I'm just going to recap what all the chores are for any newcomers to our videos. So the rule master up top is basically whenever there's a dispute or something's not clear about the rules, then we get the rule master to just double check the player's handbook for us. But usually I will come up with a rule on the fly and we'll come back to it later so that we don't slow down the game too much. Next is the Time Lord, which is keeping in track in-game time. So if we rest for an hour and then take a long rest for 8 hours and then travel for 4 hours, that's basically the Time Lord's job to keep track of that. And of course, if you are a Time Lord and we're like passing days, a good or an easier way to do it, keep track of it, is to check the calendar, which is in the lore. I don't think I actually mentioned that to you, Casey, but in lore there is a little Stelurban calendar you can look at to see the world's version of the calendar. Then of course Mancer, who does the complicated math on the fly when I don't have time or the mental capacity to think of it. Like sometimes even 2 + 3 is complicated when there's like orcs and dragons and things. So that's the Arithmancer's job. And of course, if you have a math question but you don't want to interrupt everything, you could always just whisper that person privately. The Chronicler would be after that, the keeping track of the story elements, everything that's happened, just sort of simple point form sometimes. Or if you're feeling creative, you could just write a novel, like a full Tolkien 3-book retelling of everything that's happened.
Only
Just
use your
so you
Hazel.
can, yeah, just so you can remember, everything that's happened. And also, Stream Queen, of course, I award Blivette 10 experience because she does do a lot for our YouTube and Twitch channels, and so I want to show her some appreciation. Unfortunately, you have no choice, though. You're stuck with that job. So
I mean, I could not, and the people could not enjoy our stupidity, but why deprive the world of this?
Can't deprive the world of your incredible heroic deaths. And then, of course, last, which is our newest position, is the Inquisitor, and that's basically just brainstorming questions about the world of Pangaea, where they live in. Because I tend to spend a lot of time building the world, but there's always little things I missed, like do unicorns exist, or is there such thing as Narnia? I don't know. They could ask those sorts of questions, and that way there will be an answer. You'll know that somewhere out there an answer exists, but you still have to figure out what it is in game. Yeah, and it could also be rules questions, like what happens if I throw a rotten apple into the fire plane or something like that. Like what
Hot apple.
dice do I roll exactly? So you guys can pick, starting with Hazel. You can move your token wherever you like.
Is she gonna be the Inquisitor?
Okay, I'm actually going to take Time Lord.
Oh, good. And next after Hazel, I believe. Oh, such low rolls tonight. I think it's Richard was next.
Woo! Yeah.
And then after Richard, we have Juno.
I will. I will do Rule Master.
And now, Sethanon and Randy, you tied. Do either of you have a preference?
I
Or
don't
you
want to
roll
be the
again?
Inquisitor.
No? Okay. I guess I'll take Inquisitor then.
It's easy. You just ask questions that don't get answered. It's great.
Well, sometimes it might lead to a lower roll if you can roll high enough, that is.
Oh, they do. Don't worry.
Yes, I also noticed, Picard, how eclectic our screen is becoming.
Yeah, it's
I
really
have to
good.
add some extra room in there. All right, but looks like we're almost ready to start. Just to recap what happened last week. So we had our dramatic trials. The different party members were essentially beneath the mountain of Mount Celestia. They had to undergo some trials. They had to discern whether or not these illusions were innocent children or they were demons pretending to be children. Successfully managed to fool that piece of the trials. The next thing was they confronted the demon, or rather devil to be politically correct, the devil beneath the mountain, which they had an opportunity to make a deal with, though through some trickery they decided not to honor the deal and instead struck him down through a came out of it pretty unscathed, except for a few of you. Thanks to decisions and smart stuff. But luckily,
Oh no!
binding contracts
You
where they have
froze.
to. Can you hear me now? Am I good now? Can you hear me? Yes?
Yeah, but you
Oh,
only
yeah, that
froze
just
for a
got it.
good few seconds there.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Oh, okay.
We're all good.
I mean, I'm just the dungeon master. You don't really need to hear what I say.
Yeah,
But anyways,
we'll just make up our own thing or whatever.
basically, after that, you all were free for the first time at last. Dubois was reunited with the horse that he left behind in Damsonville, which I felt very guilty about. I gave everyone this special bonus, and Dubois was like, "You can have a free horse, but of course you don't get to use it for the first couple months of the game." But he eventually reunited with his horse, and you all made your way north to Port Vigil, which you recall is the town where you first came into Trestia. So that's where we last left off. It basically was about 5:30 p.m., but since you've been up since 6, you're pretty exhausted at this point as you're coming into town. Now, for those who rolled your investigation checks last time, you don't have to. But just in case anyone doesn't want to look for any towns or anything in particular, if you haven't already rolled an investigation check, you can do that now. However, I should clarify, it's a charisma investigation check, not a regular investigation. So
so
that
if
means
we
as
already
you
rolled, can we roll again?
You already rolled? No, I already gave you all the stuff. I think it's just Wah, and I think Ed as well. I think you haven't rolled yet. But if you want to find any shops or any locations in particular, just roll charisma, and if you're proficient in investigation, you can add your proficiency. But you have the floor. What is everyone up to?
Can Raj look for criminal contact to see if he can look what he has for sale?
That's also going to be a investigation check.
Charisma investigation?
Yeah, you can make another one, a separate one for that one.
Just wanna
Cool.
It's not a charisma save, unfortunately, Picard. It's just straight charisma.
Do it.
Nice try. Okay, Sethanon. So let me see here.
Nailed it.
Dubois standing outside the city, just looking for the door. Shit.
All right, so Stephanon, let's see here. Rahaj, you ask around. Nobody seems to really pick up on your cues. You're kind of like trying to stay, discreet about it, not overtly asking for criminal activity. But nobody really seems to know what you're talking about. They're like, you mean the general store? Is that what you're looking for? And they kind of just look confused at you.
So I don't have any other stores. Does that mean I just didn't find them, or?
Well, so I would include that with your role, but let me just.
Sweet.
Stephanon, you find this.
All right.
You also find this.
Nice.
And so Rahaja, you also from talking to people.
Drugs?
From talking to
Spice.
people, Rahaj, you do hear about a few places.
Can you guys hear me?
So,
The Vigil.
yeah, it's
buy a
basically
cow.
just like a marketplace there. Where else? Let's find this. Oh, and I also forgot Stephanon, you also find this as well.
Oh, Church of Ultima. Hooray.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I
Okay.
can hear you.
Okay.
Sorry, Rahaj, I'm just bombarding you with a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh no, I'm super excited about it.
So there's probably a whole bunch of pop-ups for you. But yeah, what's anyone want to do anything now that you're walking in this now?
I want to go to the bank. I want to go shopping. Shopping spree.
All right.
Yeah, there's a few things I want to get.
You don't find any banks. Basically, asking around, from what you gather, small towns like this, they haven't really established any banks yet. There are some merchants, though. There are some smaller merchants with small-time loose change that you could kind of exchange with, but other than that, no large banks. And the time is 5:30.
Now, Tristan, I don't know what an abacus is, but I'm also kind of positive that it's not the father from To Kill a Mockingbird. So,
Aesthetics.
do you know what an abacus is?
It's a counting device.
Calculator.
Calculator. It's basically old school version of a calculator.
Oh, I don't need that.
So it
Not
might
gonna
give you
buy
it would basically give you advantage if you had to make an intelligence check to do some complicated math. It would give you advantage on the check, essentially.
Okay. So Rahaj can't just pull out a cell phone and do it on that.
Nope.
Gotcha,
Nope,
gotcha.
they don't have those, unfortunately.
Ooh, a 2-person tent.
So, hunting trap. Is that a bear?
Yes.
Is that a bear trap?
Well, it can be used on a number of different people. It's actually in your player's handbook. It has details on how the trap works. Basically, somebody steps on it.
Okay, so it's
They have to
that
make
kind.
a dexterity save, or else they get restrained.
I'm sorry. Tristan,
Yes.
can the grappling hook be used as a weapon?
It would be considered an improvised weapon, yeah.
I would like to buy a grappling hook.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So you can go ahead and calculate the
Yeah, it's just minus 15. That's so
gold price.
Can I ask how big this city is? What's the population? How tall are the buildings? What kind of city is this?
So it's not really a city, more of a small town, similar to Damsonville, where you started off, but it is a seaside town. So there's a lot of boats in the harbor. Doesn't seem to be very heavily populated, maybe 500 people or so. However, there is quite a large guard presence. A lot of the guards that you remember seeing at the Temple of Ultima are stationed there with the chainmail and the white capes. Picard, did you have a question?
Yep. Does it have walls?
The city itself does not have walls, no.
All right.
There are some guard towers, on the road where you came in, and on the sides near where the coast is, but no full surrounded walls around the town.
Sethanon's going to find Rahaj.
Oh, I'm right behind you, friend.
Okay, let's get a drink.
Oh, yes, let's get a drink. Are there any taverns? Please say yes.
As you were asking around for anywhere you could find ale, the only place you were referred to was the church, where you were told they have ceremonial wine.
Hell yeah!
Steal the ceremonial wine.
At the church.
You guys going to the church then?
We left the
let's
building,
do it.
but we're still in hell.
Trust you as a very, very devout country.
Yeah, let's go get shit-faced in our church. Let's do it.
So you spend about half an hour. Basically
Let me
about
show
half
you
an
how-
hour.
How we drink in the Court of Ultima.
Let's grab the wine. Let's make it a guy's night out.
Yeah. Let's do it.
When it's communion and you're throwing back the little cups of wine.
So you guys, like in the course of all your investigation and looking around the different shops, takes you about half an hour walking around town. So you three eventually do come to the church. You see a man sort of kneeling in front of the church as you come towards it, and he's got like a sort of a small whip, and he's currently lashing his back, saying, "Oh, Ultima, forgive me. Please, turn me away from my wicked ways. I shall never stray from your path again. Let me not see the temptress one more time." That's essentially what he's saying. Yeah, he confesses like, "I turned to lust in my weakest points, but never again. Please redeem my soul, Ultima."
I meet.
This is
I meet
quite
up.
the opposite of a party.
What have you done, my good man?
He looks to you and he says, "Succumb not to the foul temptations of the one they call the Temptress, as I did. Look upon a man whose soul has been tainted by lust. In my weakness, she came to me, and I was unable to resist her wiles. And now I must repent, lest Ultima turn away from my soul, and I must walk the eternity. A lost soul forever." And he continues whipping himself. Meanwhile, you see like a woman dressed in priest robes also standing at the door of the church. Yeah.
Raj leans over to Seth and goes, "Oh, do you think he met Alana?"
That is very unlikely.
I grab the man by the shoulders and I say, sin and temptations are a part of daily life, and Ultima forgives us for our sins. And since you are repentant, she forgives you, and keep that in your heart." And I heal him with my Leon hands.
Awesome. Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
No, good guy.
And you can roll
Kinda.
again. You can roll another one but with advantage.
Oh, yeah. Come on, natural one. Yeah, nice.
Rude.
So yeah, as you heal him, you can actually see he's like actually sort of cut into the skin now with his lashes. But you heal the wounds and the cuts all seal up. The blood kind of just dries over it, and he stands and he's sort of like he's kind of weeping, but not really weeping. It's sort of fake, like repentant weeping, like he's putting on a show for Ultima. But he like embraces you. "Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. I felt Ultima's warmth surging through me just now. I think that she has forgiven me, but never again will I succumb to this vile temptation. Thank you. And be wary, friend. The Temptress will find such a strapping lad such as yourself. Even you will be tempted by her ways. But resist. You must resist." And he walks away. After this, the priest that you saw, who was watching you, she sort of saunters over to you and says, "Many thanks for that. He's been causing a ruckus all week now."
Do you know anything about this temptress he was talking about?
Yes, there have been rumors around town. Of course, they're just rumors at this point, but some people... apparently she's been offering her services to some of the townspeople. Of course, we are very interested in speaking with this individual, if they do in fact exist, as Harold claims, but it is not... We do have more serious concerns at the moment. You're not from around here, are you?
No, I'm not.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Priest Cien. And you are?
Monsieur Desbois de la Trémoille. At your service.
From Nantes, if I'm not correct?
You guess right.
Welcome to our fair town of Port Vigil. Can I offer you anything while you're here, or your companions as well?
Well, me and my companions came from a long way, and we would like... we would appreciate it if you could provide us with some wine to get the journey down.
Ready to celebrate Ultima at the end of a long day, I understand. Well, normally we sell the wine here to raise funds for the church, but since you assisted in appeasing Harold of his concerns, then I can allow you one bottle for free.
I don't mind. I don't mind donating to the church for wine.
Well, any donation is welcome, but feel free to take one for free for you and your friends.
Thank you very much.
Ultima bless you.
I will give her 20 silver pieces.
Oh, awesome. That's more than my grappling hook.
Oh yeah, she accepts it. Many thanks. And she takes it back into the church and brings you guys. She actually brings you each one bottle of wine each.
Oh, yes!
This night is going to be lit.
Please tell me he comes back and says that with like all the bottles.
Amen.
As she hands you the bottle, she says, "What are your plans in town? Are you do you have accommodations?"
Not yet, no.
No, not yet, no. I don't know why I said the same thing as you.
You are welcome to stay here in the church. There's currently another band of travelers occupying some of the rooms, but there are still 4 rooms available if you do desire them. They're not much, but they're free to all who uphold the peace here in our town of Port Vigil.
I happily accept. Thank you.
And she kind of like leads you a bit to the rooms, which are along the inside. There's kind of like a wide garden with walls along the garden in the center, and there's like several rooms along the wall on one side of the church. And yes, feel free to take any rooms that are vacant. I believe the 4 at the end are currently in use, however.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Rahaj is gonna pull Dubois and Seth kind of like to the side where no one can really hear them, and Rahaj is gonna go, Dubois, those things you said back there were very interesting. Have you ever, fallen for a temptress in your time?
Well, it's not really a religious concern. In nuns we don't mind so much about the sins of the flesh, let's say, but it's not something I would partake in. But we don't mind if the people do.
How about Setanon?
Quite a progressive view, yeah. Yes.
How about you, Setanon?
How about me? What exactly?
Literally asking you the same question I just asked Dubois.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was not quite paying attention.
It's all right, friend.
I was thinking about the wine.
All right.
So what was the question?
Have you, fallen for any temptresses like the one outside?
I will say that I am no different than most other biological entities. There is an imperative. And I have experimented.
Hey,
You know what?
Hey.
Sethanon, you can take a point of inspiration. That was so in character. That was like to the T, Sethanon.
You know, maybe the three of us, just as a couple guys, maybe we can go find this temptress and show her Ultima's holy light. And he starts kind of nudging both of them. You know what I mean?
Sethanon strokes his chin and nods, and I say, well, this is very interesting. A claim of a, quote, temptress. I think we should explore this for the sake of knowledge.
Just the three of us, we get drunk off wine, we talk about our feelings, one thing will lead to another,
Just make sure I don't remember any of it.
Oh, if you're in my hands, you won't, my good sir. So, I guess we go look for a temptress.
I think we should try to recreate the circumstances of the other people who encountered this so-called temptress.
Okay, well, should we make ourselves look like buffers? Should we do some push-ups, get our muscles a little bit bigger?
No need.
That is one option. Do you think this temptress approached people who were exercising?
In Raj's personal experience, which is vast, they come to those that aren't looking for it. Just be cool, walk, chest puffed out, you know what you're doing.
I think they come for the people who are weak of will, who can succumb more easily. They certainly sense that.
You've been hanging around Alana too much. Not all of them are horrible. I mean, whoops. Well, how about you look pathetic, I look strong, and Sethanon, you look like a healthy mix.
I think I can do that.
And we'll all
Let us start drinking.
Let us do it, and pop the cork off. We're gonna start drinking.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And meanwhile, what's everyone else doing?
Bliv's doing a bit of shopping, and then I guess gonna see if there's somewhere to stay other than the church. Is there?
Based on what the people that you asked around, no, there's no inn. It's basically when you ask about it, what people do is they either travelers come through, they stay at the church, and if there's no room in the church, then the priest Cien basically finds a family to set you up with, and you just stay at their house. Basically, everyone's house is kind of open as an inn here. Jacket.
I'd like to look for a notice board or something. Just anything to read from for town news.
You do see a podium for a town crier. It's currently not being occupied. As you ask around, they say that he usually appears around midday, around noon. That's where people mostly get their information and news.
Damn it. I didn't get any shop lists, but can I ask Bliv what shops are around?
Yeah, you could go with Bliv. I basically just made your role separate in case you wanted to go off on your own. But you could
Heck no, I want to know what shops there are.
Okay, so yeah, if you're going along with Bliv, she basically, found
Casey,
everything, right?
Did you get a list of shops?
I got a list of animals that were for sale.
Oh, that's not as useful. Sad. Okay, what shops are there?
So yeah, what were you looking for particular? Anything?
Music shop, somewhere I can buy a herbalism kit, a hat.
Okay, yeah. So as Blivette, are you going to all the stores, Blivette? Because you basically just heard about all these stores, but you didn't actually it's up to you whether or not
I was
you want to go to all of them.
definitely checking out. I guess the market, the general store, and the hunting supplies.
Oh god, all the pop-ups.
Stops.
Sorry, Hazel. But yeah, basically going to those. those 3 takes you about a half an hour to walk around to each. So you can take a look at those in the meantime.
I'd like to go with them as well.
And sorry, was that Rena?
No, that was me. Alana.
Oh yeah, I can see you. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, you can also take a look at these.
Also, I'm trying to find a place that can buy my leather armor. I don't want it anymore. I don't need to sell.
Well, yeah, there are a few places that may buy it. You could talk to them there. Normally, it's half the listed price if you do want to sell something, unless there's special circumstances. But keep in mind, these aren't like wealthy merchants. They're just pretty small shops, so they don't have tons of money on them.
Oh, that's fine. We're not looking to sell it for a bargain. I'm looking just for anyone who wants it. I could just throw it in the middle of the road, like, buy!
Yeah, if you want to sell your leather armor, the hunting supplies shop would probably be most likely place to sell it.
I'll just trade it for a herbalism kit. If
Yeah,
that's that's 5 GP, I think leather armor's 10. I can't find the listing anywhere.
Well, it's in the player's handbook. I can't remember the exact page, but for like the regular market price, it would just be half of that, rounded up.
Okay.
All right.
Leather is 10 GP.
Yes. Yeah.
So half
Yeah,
an
so
hour,
you
that's
could-
5. That's the exact price of the herbalism kit. Can I just trade?
Yeah, you can do straight up trade.
Okay, I give the guy a smelly pair of armor that's just been worn for days straight, and in return I get a fully fledged herbalism kit. He's probably disgusted.
No, I mean leather. It takes a while to make leather.
Are
It
you
still
naked
works.
now?
So. No, she has her jacket.
No, I'm wearing feathers clothes, you get.
She's now running
Yes,
around
I'm
as a flasher.
Rahaj is naked. I should have probably told you that.
In the meantime, Rahaj, as like half an hour has passed, you guys have started and you're drinking, just hanging out in the church garden, I assume.
Yeah, we're somewhere. We don't even know where we are.
Party.
We're alive. No, but Rahaj is gonna look at the others and say, "She said there were adventurers staying here, correct? Well, should we maybe go introduce ourselves?"
It is good to be social. That's what I've been told.
Oh, Sethanon, you have such a way with words. Dubois, are you down? And Rahaj starts standing up.
Yeah, I will follow you.
Yeah, let's.
What, what did you say you are going to do?
We're going to go say hello to the other adventurers staying in the church.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, let's do it. So we'll go over and knock, on the door, our little secret knock.
All right. And so like you mean the other doors that she told you were?
Yeah, that she was like, don't go there. Those ones. We're gonna go there.
All right. And actually, as you approach, you do hear some music coming behind one of the doors of the rooms. You can hear a harp. You can hear a lute, a flute, and some like drum, like a hand drum.
Oh man.
So as you knock on the door, the music keeps continuing, but then you see the door open, and someone basically like playing a flute, trying to push the door behind them as they're playing. They kind of look at you as they're playing, and so you see this. Let's see. So you see this human. He's he's pretty young, like early 20s. He's got short brown hair as he's playing this flute, and he's like, "Oh, hello there. Sorry, we're just practicing. Are we disturbing you?"
Oh, no, not at all. The name is Rahaj Mahal, at your service. You want to stop by and say how beautiful your music sounds.
Oh, thank you very much. And you look in the room, you can see there's actually 3 other people. So you see an elf with silvery long hair playing the harp very elegantly, this golden harp. You see also there's a smaller halfling with short curly brown hair who's currently playing the lute. And then also another very strange looking individual with like this kind of dark brown earthy skin. And they're currently banging on a hand drum. And they all kind of look at you. And he kind of looks at, "Oh, hello, please, come in. Would you like to join us?"
Oh, sure. These are my friends, Sethinon and Dubois.
Greetings.
It is a pleasure to meet you. And the harpist also. Likewise. Please come in, have a seat if you wish. And yeah, so the flutist kind of leads you all in, and they all kind of wrap up the end of their song before continuing again, and they all look to you. The halfling says, well, nice to meet you. My name's Hilta. We're the Golden Swans. What brings you to town? You outsiders as well?
Oh, yes. We have traveled very far, and we have recently stopped here for the night. How about yourself?
Likewise, we've been traveling, doing a bit of a tour across Standally. Although I can't say Trestry's... I mean, they're very welcoming here, and they certainly enjoy the music, but just between you and me, they don't really offer a lot of money. We're actually planning to hitch a ride with Captain Bob down to Port Halta next week.
Oh, where is that?
Oh, Port Halta, it's over in Ketland.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up our tour over there.
Oh, that sounds very nice.
What about you? What brings you to this holy country?
Oh, well, we are just a group of wandering adventurers seeking fame and glory. You know, the usual.
Ah, adventurous sorts. We like those. And like, well, if you don't mind, you're welcome to sit with us as long as you share some of that wine you got there.
Oh, it would be my pleasure. And Rahaj has been taking it easy. Like, he hasn't been going crazy because he was planning on saving it, but he'll pour out a little bit for everybody.
She turns to you, Rahaj, and she says, don't suppose you know any dance moves where you're from?
Oh, little known fact about Rahaj is he is the greatest dancer from his tribe.
Oh, really? Well, similar has been said about me among my people. What do you say we take this out to the garden and we see some of your moves?
Oh, let us commence.
And yeah, so they all head out to the gardens. They start playing with it. Rahaj, I want you to make a performance check. She's
Guys, this is so different from what we were doing. Natural 1. Let me fall on my face.
If you do a natural 1, please dash
I'm pretty shitty. Wait, do I have inspiration? I need to win this.
If you have inspiration, you are welcome to, yeah?
I don't have it. Unfortunately.
I'll throw you inspiration, my friend.
Woo!
Yesterday you were battling devils, but no, you saved that inspiration for a dance.
Alright, that much better.
It's alright.
Hopefully they got like a 2.
Nice.
Your tribe wasn't so great at dancing, I see.
Yeah, no, we were really bad.
So yeah, you guys, you kind of like dance, and like some of the other musicians will like take breaks from playing to join in as well. And she's a lot shorter than you. She's only about like 4 feet tall. But like as you're dancing, you manage not to trip over yourself, and you do pretty well. But it's obvious that like as she's like doing like spinning around, and like she starts like spinning you around as you're dancing, and like she even like sort of as you spin around, she like slides between your legs underneath you and like comes around. And she's like clearly steals the show as everyone starts clapping. Even like the priest Cien and some of the other acolytes are kind of stopped to clap at the music.
As you can see, being the best dancer of my tribe is like being the sharpest of the hammers.
Oh, not bad though. Not very bad. You definitely have some room for improvement, but never danced with one as devilish as you, I might say.
Raj winks. And then he runs and he throws Sethinon into the dancing circle.
Yeah, and like she also kind of like tries to pull Dubois as well into the dance. So she goes over to the priest Cien as well, and pulls the 3 of you guys into like sort of a circle dance as they continue playing.
Oh, please
so you
don't.
guys...
I'm used to much slower music and dance than that. That's debauchery.
Oh, please, you're from Nance, aren't you? I've heard they're the best dancers over there. Let's see what you can do. And she kind of like snaps her fingers at the band, and they start playing something slightly slow. It's still quite upbeat. Yes, I was out of character. I just spent the last week like going through all the songs, trying to name them things that I'll be able to remember. So
accordion. What's the faster accordion?
You'll see some pretty weird
accordion
in the music. But anyways, yeah. So you guys begin dancing around. So you spend about half an hour dancing and drinking, getting quite drunk. I want everyone who's drinking to make a Constitution saving throw.
Let's get drunk, guys. This is the perfect time for natural ones for all of us. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm not a lightweight.
Yeah, the wine isn't very heavy. It's not super alcoholic. However, Dubois, not used to dancing at this speed, that's kind of making you a little dizzy. You currently are considered poisoned and have disadvantage on all skill checks for the next couple hours.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so you continue dancing. So, like another half an hour has passed. Like the sun is setting at this point. It's starting to get dark. But one of the other players, the drummer, he stops playing, and you can see he's got like this very short hair. But like I said, his skin isn't like really a normal human tone. It looks almost like this light brownish soil type color. And he goes over to you, Sethanon, and he says, "Oh, it is very nice to meet more travelers on the road. These Trustians are a nice and gentle folk, but they don't provide many stories about the wide world. You seem like you have traveled very far. Where are you from?"
Yes, I am from Ketwin. I believe where you are heading.
Oh, it is a pleasure to meet you. Yes, we have been on tour there before. I'm very excited to see it again, although I'm not a big fan of the weather there.
Yes, it is something that takes getting used to, or at least some can tolerate it. I prefer the lands to the east, to be honest.
Ah, yes, another fine destination. Oh, please excuse me. My name is Tuka, and you are?
Well met, Tuka. I am Sethanon.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I come from much farther than you, I must say. I come from the distant and beautiful land of Nazulu.
Oh. Would you care to tell me more about your lands?
Oh, it is surely the most beautiful place in the world. Many large plains and Saharas, and jungles that go on for miles and miles. We also have the most wondrous creatures in Nazulu, unlike any you will see anywhere else in Pangaea. But I decided that a life of music was more meaningful to me than my father's farm. So I traveled abroad, and that is when I met these folk.
I see, yes. And at this point, even though Sethanon's not really drunk, he's a little tipsy. He kind of just like looks at him for a moment and nods, and he says, "Yes, the life of a minstrel is quite alluring, isn't it?"
Oh, are you a player as well?
Oh no, I've met those like you before.
Wonderful. Yes, it is always interesting to meet other minstrels, as they have seen so much of the world. Tell me,
yes.
What other minstrels have you met? Perhaps I know them.
Well, I've only known one personally. I went to the University of Stilurba with her. You may have heard of her, Geneviève Bolak.
And he kind of like gives a hearty laugh. Oh, you have a sense of humor, my friend. Yes, have I told you about my uncle, the King of Ketland?
You are related to the king.
No, it was a joke. You don't.
Oh, I see. And at this point,
that...
Sethanon's face is like deadpan. He's just like.
You know the Geneviève?
Yes. Yes.
No way, a song. Oh, we play it sometimes. It's just truly something that will be remembered for generations. Tell me, I must ask you all about her. I've longed to meet and play with this individual. And he kind of like asks you some questions about your days at the university. You know, like what is she like in person? And he kind of geeks out at you a little.
Cephodon is polite and answers his questions, but with every question, my brow furrows further and further and further, and eventually my arms cross. And at a certain point, I say, "I must have drank too much. I should get some air." And I
like
myself.
yeah, as he's kind of like going off and on, is like it's happy, but it makes you feel sad at the same time. I almost feel like if the color purple was a sound, and then oh sorry, yes, forgive me, I ramble on sometimes. Just ask any of my troop. Yes, please. I will speak to you later. Thank you.
Yes.
Continues playing on his drum.
Later.
Rahaj, you said it's getting later, right?
Oh yeah, it's sundown at this point.
Rahaj is gonna walk up.
Yeah.
He's gonna go to Seth and say, "Rahaj is going to find the rest of our group. Would you look after Dubois? I don't think he really knows how to handle his drink."
I nod, my expression a little dark, and I just say, "Yes, I'll watch." And I just sort of sit off in the corner of the room, and literally I watch Dubois. Everything he does, I like to keep my eyes on him.
Rahaj kind of gives like a little curious look at him, and then kind of shakes it off. He'll go up to the halfling and say, "Apologies, I know it is not much, but you did beat me in the dancing competition, so..." And he gives her 5 gold.
Ooh. Oh well, at least you're a good sport about it, but of course we appreciate your patronage. And she snatches it out of your hand. It's just like, well, this is more gold than we've seen for a while. At least around here, anyways. Thank you very much.
And Rahaj is going to go look for the party, kind of bring them all to the church, if he can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, where is everyone? Are you guys just still shopping?
I was...
Is anyone going to be like harder to find than others, basically, is what I'm asking.
Well, I mean, Bliv's less than 3 feet tall. That makes her difficult to find, especially when it's Raj.
I actually forgot she was in the party.
Easy.
I don't look for her.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So I'm just putting your tokens on things so I can keep track of stuff like status effects. Like
I guess I went to the general store and I'm asking the old man if he's got a hatchet in the back.
Oh yes. So the general store.
Yes.
Let me see here.
So I don't see it on a list. So I'm like, you got something in the back for me? I need a hatchet.
Oh no, you're best to look at either the weapon shop down around the corner or the hunting supplies. Also, I want to mention that like the names of the stores you see, those are the actual names of the stores. Like they're just literally it's just the general store, and then like you see a sign that just says weapon shop. It's like super simple.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I guess I walk over to the hunting supply store. I mean, the Vigil hunting supplies.
All right, yeah. Did I give you that one yet? He basically.
Wait, can I buy one more thing real quick?
Yes, Hazel.
I'd like to buy an apple real quick from the market. Just one.
Yeah, of course. You can go ahead and just like a copper piece.
Yep, one copper piece down.
Also,
one apple.
Oh, no, sorry.
Go on, it's okay, I'm done.
All right. Yeah. So as you spend like another half an hour heading to the other side to the hunting supplies, browsing their wares, and you ask around, they say, "Sorry, we're out of stock at the moment."
Out of stock of what?
Oh,
Okay.
she's saying it to Alana basically about the.
Then
okay.
I'll buy 20 arrows. Can
20 arrows?
I like to inspect them first before I buy them.
Yeah. Make an
I'm a
investigation
stickler
check.
for it. Let's see.
Yeah, they seem to be in good condition. Not as good as you have seen in your time with your history, but they're pretty decent.
Question. With my experience in making arrows, I might be able to make better my own? I don't know.
To improve your arrows?
Or improve these arrows. Or I could just go cut down a tree and make better arrows than the ones that they're selling me.
You could make arrows, but like without like a proper place, like a workshop. It would be pretty tough. You'd have to roll pretty high to make like a significantly better quality arrows than those ones.
All right, so I'll just take these 20 arrows. That's fine. And also, are these the merchants that I can switch some money out?
Yeah, if you want to like exchange some coins, you can go ahead and make a persuasion check.
All right. Oh.
And she says, well, I suppose I can exchange a few of these coins. How much do you need?
I want to get rid of. I take out my giant bag of change, and I'm like,
oh my.
And I want to get rid of at least 500 of these gold pieces and turn them into gold pieces, copper pieces.
Oh, you mean copper pieces? So
copper pieces, turn them into gold pieces, and these silver pieces into gold.
She looks at the copper pieces very well. I will take 400 of the copper pieces, and she gives you 4 gold for those.
Okay.
So you subtract 400 copper pieces. And how many silver pieces did you want to get rid of?
200.
All right, so you want to get rid of 200. Let's see, that'd be 20 gold. I'm running low on gold. 15. And she gives you 15 for 150 silver pieces.
Okay. Okay.
And so you can go ahead and change that. And let's see. And sorry, Hazel, did you want to do anything else? Was that you?
Nah, I think I'm good. Can I quickly do a nature check to see, if there are any local hawks or, I'm pretty sure there's seagulls. It's a seafaring town, but, what else is lining the buildings here?
Oh, like just the different birds in the area? You can go ahead and roll a nature check.
Hooray.
So you see a variety of different bird life. This is kind of like a migratory period for them, as like a lot of them are flying south at this point of the year. But yeah, you see seagulls mostly, a few pigeons and sparrows. You can hear an owl coming from the forest to the south, but you don't actually see any owls, but that's about it.
Thank you very much. And I think I'll just stick with Bliv and Rana for the time being. Don't know where the other guys went off to. Sort of just lost them.
At this point, you would run into Rahaj as he comes around the corner looking for you.
I mean, like when I'm looking for him, right? Do I happen to be approached by like a temptress or anything?
Nah, nobody seems to have come to you yet.
Okay. Well, when I get to the group, I'll go, Rahaj, Stephanon and Dubois, we have found a place to stay. It is getting late. Would you all like to join me as I leave you there?
Where is it?
The church. It seems to be the only place to sleep.
Another church?
Listen,
Fine.
It is a place
Let's
to
go.
sleep. And Rahaj is going to walk.
I'm sick of churches, but I like to sleep. Let's go.
He's going to get close to Rana and whisper to her, and Rahaj did find a bottle of wine if you'd be interested. Assuming I still have some left.
If there's any left.
Tristan, do I have any left? I really don't. Rahaj didn't drink that much.
I mean, yeah, you haven't gotten drunk, so no, I'd say you still have like a quarter bottle left.
A quarter bottle? Rahaj has already had some if you'd like the rest.
Well, I suppose some is better than none.
And then I guess we'll go look for Alana.
All right, yeah, and so Alana, yeah, you find Alana kind of working on her bow near the edge of town.
Hey! We found a place to sleep.
Okay, where's it at?
It's at the church.
No.
It seems to be the only place to sleep, Alana. There's 4 rooms. I'm sure you can have your own.
Okay.
Good. Now stop sulking. You're bringing everyone down. God.
I'm not sulking.
And then he said, "You look like you're always sulking." And then he starts walking back to the church.
All right, I
All
follow.
right, yeah. So yeah, it takes you, like, as you're looking for all the different party members and heading back to the church, it takes you about half an hour. And Blivette, you were with them as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you all head back to the church, where the music is still going on. They're still drinking. Sethanon, are you still drinking?
Yes, I am.
So make another Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
Ooh, not quite. As you continue drinking as the night goes on, Dubois, you're just getting more drunk at this point. So yeah, it's you're just drunk. But Sethanon, you are also considered technically poisoned, so you have disadvantage on all skill checks. But yeah, so you come back and some of the different acolytes have kind of joined in the dancing, as well as some other townsfolk who were, coming by for late night prayer or confession, that sort of thing. And Hilta, the halfling, comes up to you, Raj. Oh, have you brought more dancers with you?
I don't know. And he looks at the others and says, "Are you all dancers?"
Bliv just
Rana is
shrugs.
gonna lightly smack him on the arm and be like, "You started a party here and you just left us to wander."
Oh, you all seem so busy. Raj did not wish to bother you. And then he's just gonna take her hands and he's gonna start dancing for Rana, if she allows it.
Sure.
You can both make performance checks as well.
Unless anyone drags Bliv out, she's just gonna be a wallflower.
He's also gonna hand her the wine and say, "Trust me, Raj is a much better dancer when you're drunk."
Rana is gonna take a very large swig of wine and say, "Let's hope I'm the same."
Jacket's gonna stand next to the flute player and, wait for an opportunity to ask questions, but otherwise it probably doesn't get one.
Wow.
Yeah. So Rahaj, the alcohol has definitely helped with you, as you're starting to feel a lot more into the groove this time. However, Rana, as you are kind of still not quite relaxed at this point, you're still pretty rigid, and so you don't fall on your face, but you kind of just look a little awkward as you're trying to like tripping over your feet at moments here and there.
It's like a awkward middle school dance.
Yeah.
Except Rahaj is super good.
It's a little awkward, but thankfully Rahaj, with Rahaj leading you, he manages to, swing you about, not to your demise in any way. And you continue dancing, and so Jacket, as you're standing next to this flautist, they kind of wrap up one song. He takes a breather from playing the flute, if you wanted to say.
Flute? No, lute. Lute.
Oh, the lute player. Yes, that was the halfling. Yeah, so she finishes playing. Oh, very, very good. Nice move there. Oh, hello there. What can I do for you?
Oh, I just know good playing when I see it. It's very well done.
Oh, you're too kind. We are taking donations if you feel willing, of course.
Fuck yeah.
I'll see what I can spare. I'm not exactly loaded.
But of course, wherever you go, make sure you mention us. We're the Golden Swan, and we'll be coming to your town soon.
So, can I ask, where'd you get your loot?
Oh, this lute I've had in my family for generations. Yeah, I come from the Freelands. My father played, my grandfather played, his mother before him. It goes way back in the family.
Is everyone here from the Freelands as well, or did you just collect some other musicians from around the place?
No, but that is where we met. We actually met in a tavern in Stilurba over some drinks, and we were all musicians. Thought it'd be smarter to travel together. What about you and your folk? These friends of yours, how did you meet them? I'm always looking for good stories for new songs.
It's a long story, and kind of hard to explain. Very.
Those are the best stories. You can't hold out on me now.
And I make up the story that we all met trying to win at a slug racing competition. We brought her in because I know this is more absurd.
Make a deception check.
No. Now we are gamblers.
Hey, not bad. Slug racing competition.
Oh,
Come on,
really?
guys.
Well, I mean, I knew from the start you were an interesting bunch, but I didn't know you were that interesting. Well, why don't you join us for a dance or two?
Yeah, we're slug
I could show you a dance
hobbyists. We're not that
tonight.
good at dancing.
Yeah, sorry, what was that?
Jacket?
We're slug hobbyists. We're not that good at dancing.
Oh, from what I've seen, you're not that bad. Yeah, come on, just one dance. And she kind of extends her hand to you.
Wait, is she taking me to dance?
She's kind of holding out her hand to lead you to dance, yeah.
Oh god, oh.
Come on, it's fun. Have a drink first, if you like.
You know what? I'll go along with it. Screw it. I'm free from Tresty and Ultimans. Let's do it.
Awesome. Alright, go ahead and make a performance check as well.
This will be terrible. Hooray!
Oh no, guys, why are we so bad?
She tries to lead you, but yeah, being much taller than her, it's a bit awkward as she's trying to like lead you in, and it's a bit rigid as you're not quite drunk at all, and she's super drunk, and so like after some point, like she tries to spin around you, but ends up tripping over your leg, and both of you fall to the ground, and she just starts giggling like a little girl. Oh, see, that wasn't so bad.
You're right. But at the same time,
you're only slightly terrible.
Oh,
definitely
thanks.
not as bad as you said. Definitely not as bad as you said. Oh, come on, I'm teasing you. Get back up here.
All right, but you better save some wine for me.
Yeah, and she leads you back onto the dance floor. They continue playing. And also Rahaj and Rana, as like another couple minutes go by, like I'd say about half an hour, you continue dancing and talking. Rana and Rahaj, I want you guys also to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, let's get crying.
Sure.
By the way, this whole time, I'm looking at my pockets. I don't want none of these guys snatching my stuff.
Okay, you can also make a perception check.
Oh god. Oh, I'm the greatest at drinking. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're like handling your drink quite well. Don't notice as you kind of you do this dance. We kind of like you're all in partners, but then you switch partners, and then you switch again, and you switch again until you're back with the same partner. So you keeping it on. Hilta comes around, but doesn't seem like she's trying anything. She's just enjoying herself.
Cool.
I guess Bliv is dancing now.
Dizzy as you sound,
A lot of people are.
and eventually the song just ends, but like everyone's still spinning around, and you're like, why are they still dancing? Oh, I'm drunk. So yeah, you are also considered poison.
I assume I am as well.
And Sethanon and Liv, are you guys gonna take a dance?
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and make a performance check.
Come on, -2.
Just-
Oh no.
Just like pick her up and spin her around with her legs dangling.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
come
You
on,
weren't
Ed.
allowed to pick up
Come
Liv
on, my
anymore. She's gonna panic.
That is
Your voice is
amazing.
terrible.
That is amazing.
So both of you, like, you're trying to follow along to the other dancers, but neither you really know the steps, and so you eventually just sort of like start making up your own dance. But you also kind of end up fumbling over each other, and this is at the same time as like Jacket and Hilta are dancing. And so, like, they end up crashing over, and, like, you back up, and you crash over them as well. And so all four of you end up, like, falling over in a pile. And Hilta's just, like, laughing her head off the whole time.
Come on, guys, Conga, do it. Come on.
Yeah.
It's
Alana,
meant to
Dubois,
be.
get out here.
No.
At this point,
I would get up here, but I'm missing a partner.
the priest, Cien, comes next to you, and she says, well, how about another dance? What say you, Lord Dubois?
Well, I had someone else in mind, but fine, if
You can be my sloppy seconds.
And she looks to the other acolytes and she says, this is a special occasion. Bring out a few more bottles. And they go back.
Yeah.
Let's get drunk.
So, and everyone who's drinking, who isn't already drunk, I want you to make
I'm not drinking.
Okay, so make a Constitution saving throw, and Dubois, you can make another performance
You know
check.
what? To make up for tripping over
Let's go.
Seth at my own feet,
Oh,
yeah,
I think
I'm
I
gonna
might be
take a
drunk,
drink.
guys. I think I might be drunk.
Oh yeah.
Oh god!
Like, first
Rahaj and
sip.
Blivette, basically, Blivette, like, as you fell over in that last dance, like, that's when it hit you, like, I'm definitely drunk. Also, you, Rahaj, now you're definitely starting to feel the effects of spinning around and around and then stopping but still spinning. And you and Cien also kind of like stumble over each other. You don't fall over, but you end up accidentally bumping into one of the musicians and like knocking them over. We managed to catch the instrument and then just like expertly keep the beat going. So yeah, just looking super awkward all around. Eventually, another half hour passes. It's now starting to. It's been a like fair chunk of time past sundown. People are starting to get tired as dancing, especially as you're drunk, starts to get sore all over. So yeah, things start to wind down. Some of the other townspeople, they eventually go back. Some of them in pairs, and the band starts. The band starts winding down, playing a bit more slowly, like playing some more, like not really dance songs, but they just start jamming on these just different tunes by themselves. And as the night winds down, Cien turns to all of you. Well, I expect full confessions from everyone for all the sins I'm sure you will commit. My confession booth is, of course, always open. But until tomorrow, you are welcome to stay here. I apologize. I wasn't able to find rooms for everyone here, but if you do need a room to stay, I'm sure I can find you someone in town who would be willing to put you up. Just come let me know. Other than that, I wish you all a good night. Ultima bless you all, and I'll see you on tomorrow.
You are one of Rahaj's best friends. Do you know that?
You are a charming individual yourself, and the company you keep. Really, I'm truly grateful that Ultima brought you here tonight.
Rahaj gives a wink, but it ends up just being like a blink because he doesn't know what he's doing.
And I'm sure I will see you in confession earlier.
Yes, I will.
Dubois
Jack just starts dragging him away.
Dubois, what?
Dubois holding his head says, I hope you don't mind if I come in a little late for confession. But thank you, madame. You treat us so well. Thank you for your hospitality.
It is my pleasure. Really, anytime. I'm at your service. Sorry, I've had too much to drink. And she walks off.
Sethnon approaches the band member he was speaking with earlier and says, I apologize for my curtness earlier. My relationship with Genevieve is complex, and I did not expect emotions.
Oh,
I am sorry. and like Sethnot's very tipsy at this point. And he nods and sort of like puts a hand on the minstrel's shoulder, gives it like a an affectionate squeeze.
Yeah, and he pats you like very, very strongly on the back as well. Do not apologize. It is me who should apologize. You must forgive me. Us minstrels, we are very inquisitive. It is part of our line of work to collect stories, and I have a feeling that your story is very interesting indeed.
I nod and sort of stand there awkwardly for a moment, just like nodding to no one. And then I turn around and I'm going to go sit down by Alana.
Awesome. And Hazel, Jacket, what do you want to do?
I want to go up to the halfling lute player. What was the name? Sigil?
The lute player was the halfling. Her name's Hilta.
I stop her and I'm assuming she's packing up the band and everything. They're going somewhere else, but I'm going up and saying, might I have a final request?
Yes, of course. What can I do for you?
Can I take a quick strum of the lute, please? I probably won't find one for a while, and I've been trying to get my hands on one for a while.
Oh yeah, of course. You're a player, are you?
I've been taught, yes.
Well, let's
Very
see
fine
what you can do then. Be careful,
Okay.
It's an heirloom, but you seem like a nice folk, so go ahead.
Thank you.
It's very beautiful. It's kind of like got a blue body with like these gold sort of it's kind of like embroidery along the edges. It's very nice.
What is it? Nature check. Come on.
What type of wood is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually a special tree that's known to many halflings. Basically native very often in the Freelands, called hollow leaf. It's a hollow leaf tree. So the wood appears to be of that design, that type of wood.
Lovingly dyed hollow leaf wood you've got here.
Oh,
Okay, no time to delay. I'll take a quick strum.
Cool. You want to give us a performance check? Awesome. Oh, and you are proficient as well.
Mm-hmm.
You play a tune that you've learned. Describe what is the tune like? Is it like a jaunty, upbeat song? Is it something slower?
Just a lazy walkabout tune that you'd likely hear from a busker on a roadside.
Mm-hmm. Ah, very, very nice. And she flicks you a copper piece as well.
No. I pass it back to her and give her 1 gold. It's just, you've treated me kind tonight. Thank you.
Oh,
I feel a lot better.
good to meet friends like you on the road, believe me.
Thank you for tonight. Rana, we've got to herd the drunklings.
Rana's also drunk.
Rana's drunk.
Yes, who is the drunklings?
God, you're
I'm
drunk
the
too?
only one that's not drunk too. So.
Okay, I have to herd the drunk. Come on, everyone.
Hilta's also looking to the other musicians. Says, "I should probably do the same." All right, Golden Swans, we got to get ready to head out tomorrow. When's that ship leaving, anyways? And they all head back to their rooms. I believe Rahaj.
What ship?
Sorry. What was that? Jacket.
What ship you taking?
Oh right. Sorry, it's not tomorrow. It's next week. Jesus. Captain Bob. Talk to Captain Bob. He's heading to Ketland, I believe. Yeah, you should come with us. I'm sure.
Very fine, gent.
He'd get you a ride if you're headed that way, of course. And then she
Not sure which direction us slug enthusiasts will go tonight, but we'll figure something out. We might join you. Thank you for the offer.
Of course. Sorry, Rahaj.
Rahaj gives a really deep, stumbling bow to Rana and says, Rahaj thanks you for the dance. He hopes you sleep well tonight. And maybe dream about Rahaj a little. And nudges her a little bit. And
Rana, like, laughs and just kind of, like, gives a drunken curtsy back and says, yes, if only my dreams would all be so sweet. Though that does bring the question, where are we sleeping?
There's like 4 rooms in the church. The ones that aren't with people in them, that's where we're sleeping.
Are we bunking up? Who's called dibs?
Well, Raj was going to sleep with Sethanon, I believe.
Sethanon waves his hand to Raj when he hears his name.
Is that the problem, Rana?
Why
and then he
would
kind of
it
like
be?
leans in a little bit. Well, if you were looking for someone specific to bunk with, I don't know.
Rana leans in and says, well, I wouldn't want, poor Sethanon to be disappointed losing out on your company.
Oh, of course. And of course, Raj would never do such a thing. We have not even exchanged tokens of affection yet. And he kind of rustles through her hair or some shit like that. He's really drunk, so it's kind of like half-assed and bad.
Rana just kind of shoves him and is like, tokens of affection? Come now, don't be so serious. We all like to have some fun now and again.
Raj, he fell because he's drunk. He just kind of smiles at her.
She is quite a bit of strength to push.
Raj just kind of smiles and goes, we will see each other tomorrow morning, I assume.
And then she's gonna turn to Seth and be like, hey now, take your drunkard away to his room. He's your responsibility now.
Please, I need help.
Sethanon, I look at Rahaj and like I do a really like overly exaggerated wink, trying to be like Rahaj. I'd be like, wink, right? And then I laugh, and then I just turn away.
Rahaj is gonna completely misread the situation, and he's gonna go, "Oh, okay," and he's gonna crawl over and sit down next to Sethanon.
I put my arm around him
and just chill next with him.
You're all hopeless.
You're homeless.
Come on, you drunk.
Yo.
You're correct, but you're also drunk.
Yeah. And he just like nuzzles his head into Sethanon, I guess. Oh wait, no, I have horns. He just chills with Sethanon.
You stab his eyes out by accident.
I got another scar now.
Come on, you drunken numpties. Pick a room, pick someone, and go in it.
I look into Rahaj's eyes and say, I have top up.
So yeah, there are 3 other rooms. Sorry, Sethanon, did you have an action?
Actually, I'll wait until later. I'll wait until we all go to bed.
Okay.
So.
Alana.
I'm guessing I'm not gonna go to bed right now. I'm gonna stay up a little while and is there a fire I can chill out by? Like a little rocking chair that I can sit in?
There's not really like a fireplace, but the nicest place to hang out is actually in the church. It's kind of quiet there right now, like in the actual hallway of the church.
I guess I'll just chill out outside.
Okay.
And kind of like sitting out on the front porch, just chilling and watching stars and stuff.
All right, and so if everyone else is taking a room, you can go ahead and start a long rest. And I guess, Sethanon, if you wanted to do something now as everyone's going to bed.
Raj also wants to do something while Sethanon's in the room.
I'm going to wait until Rahaj goes to bed. I'm going to sneak out.
Rahaj isn't going to bed yet. Yeah, Raj,
okay.
Raj needs your help.
Sethanon will be like, I must go to relieve myself outside.
Why?
I will be back.
Where are you going?
Out there. And I point out into the hallway.
The hallway?
Yes, and then down the hall. What do you need?
Raj was hoping you could help him with something, but are you doing? Like, are you up to something, Setinon?
No, I am not.
Insight check.
Insight success. He is up to something.
Oh, cool.
I will be back. I will return shortly, my friend, and then I shall help you.
Well, Raj.
And I'm swaying on my feet right now.
Raj needs to relieve himself. He will walk out with you.
Okay. So we go outside, and
so the door actually leads directly into the gardens where you guys were all partying.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically like. Yeah, there's a wall with several doors and like the different rooms that are like they lead directly into the gardens, which is kind of surrounded by these walls of the church.
Okay.
Well, it's not quite as everyone's kind of just gone to bed, so I'd say at this point maybe like 11 p.m.
So Setinon, Raj finds you to be a very intellectual, a very smart man.
Some say that.
What god does Raj worship again?
Well, by your logic, you would worship yourself because you are the greatest.
Nice answer, but wrong. It is Sirik, the god of trickery, and that would mean that Raj is very, very good at picking up lies, correct?
Yes.
So tell me, Setinon, what are you up to?
I must speak with Alana.
Yeah?
It's very important. I look around, like I'm trying to be really hush-hush about it, and then I say to Raj, it's a secret.
Raj loves secrets. What is it?
I cannot tell you, not now.
Why not?
It's a secret. Shh.
Here, let Raj come with you. He's way better at speaking.
No, I must speak. But you can hide. You're good at hiding.
Well, Setinon, when you and I had the conversation, it was pretty hush-hush and important. Raj would like to be there for this one as well.
I must have secrecy in order to achieve my task. So, can you...
Are you trying to hit on her? What is this? What are you doing? I'm very confused.
No. Why would I hit her? She would kill me.
On her. It's like when you flirting, right? Like, did you see Raj and Rana where you're like, the whole night? That's what you're trying to do with Alana? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not trying to dance with her.
Okay. Well, my brain hurts so much. You know what, Setinon? What if Raj hides nearby, so he can just listen in?
That is perfect.
Raj likes this idea. Raj is gonna cast Pass Without a Trace to add plus 10 to his stealth, and I'm gonna try to stealth and be within range of the conversation they're about to have. Here, let me.
I'm going to go look for Alana and just keep my hand on the walls so I know that I'm walking in and not gonna fall over, hopefully. And I will seek her out.
Rahaj, you're still technically drunk, so I want you to make a stealth check with disadvantage.
So it's
however, Alana did not drink, did she?
I didn't.
Okay, so you would not have that.
Mine's 14.
So Setinon, you head out, right?
Yes. And I'm just looking for Alana.
Yeah, you see her. She's actually, she's kind of leaning against the wall of the church inside this garden here. And meanwhile, as you leave, Rahaj waits a few seconds, and you just hear this laugh behind you as he creeps outside the door. And he's but he doesn't even realize that he's made a fool of himself. He's just sort of sneaking
Technically, it's technically a 14 with Pass Without a Trace.
With her passive perception, she notices you as You're just like trying to like sneak behind the bushes like a cartoon spy.
And I'm just watching him like, I can't believe this.
So
I
yeah,
don't say anything.
Stephanon, you find her and you walk over.
Okay, so what's Alana doing right now?
I'm just chilling out outside, right outside the church.
Okay, so I approach you. I try to be very subtle about it, and I fail because, well, we're the only ones around. So I just kind of, I probably take like a minute just to like sidle up next to you, and I say, "Good evening." And I'm slightly swaying on my feet.
How drunk are you?
I am drunk enough to know that I cannot accurately rate my own drunkenness level. So I would say quite drunk. And I smile.
Okay.
And then I lean in close. And this is like invading her space. I say,
I back up and I'm like, you're very, very drunk.
I'm drunk, but I'm also concerned for you.
Raj
I know
goes,
you.
Great line, Stephanon. Keep it up.
I put my hand behind my back and like give a thumbs up to Rahaj.
And
I say, I am concerned for you.
Can I throw a rock or something at Rahaj? Just at his head. Just to make him leave.
And make a ranged, just a dexterity check. Yeah, you hit him. Even with half cover.
Really? Oh my
gosh, go. Rahaj.
Your AC's 9, right?
No, it's 10.
Oh, well, yeah. Half cover is just +2, so yeah, she still hits you.
Darn. Ow, God. Ah, Jesus. I mean, Sirik.
Jesus.
Stephanon, my position has been compromised. And Rahaj just jumps to a different bush.
She might hear you.
He just hops to a different bush and thinks he's now hidden.
I aside from going, she might hear you, I am maintaining my my deception. And I don't look away from it. Just like, I will not acknowledge Rahaj's existence. And I continue and I say, are you married?
It's complicated.
Someone in Narzak. Complicated, yes. I know complications. Complexities.
Seth, we should probably have this discussion at another time. I stand up.
Where are you going?
To bed. I'm very tired. And you should probably go to bed too.
I just want you to know that you don't have to come to Narzak if it is dangerous. I don't want you to.
I have to go.
Well, we could handle our agreement and you could be safe elsewhere. At this point, Stephanon is just sitting down on the ground speaking up to her.
You need to go to bed. Then she's just very closed off. And she starts walking back inside.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, are you going inside to one of the rooms or into the church?
I guess I'll go and see if there's any available space in the rooms. If there's not, then I'll just sleep somewhere else.
Well, technically, Jacket and Rana aren't using the bed because they just trance. So they would have.
I'll go in there and go to sleep.
I'll go find Rahaj.
How could you ever find me? I was hidden so well. Come, let us go to bed, my friend. Hey, that was some nice lines you said there. I think you really got her.
I don't know what you're speaking of. I was trying to. Never mind.
Here,
And,
next time, like, make sure you're under stars and look at the stars and say, you know, out of all the people in the world right now, I think me, here talking to you, I'd say I'm the luckiest of them all. Works 100% of the time. It is amazing.
I will. And I pat myself looking for, like, my quill and ink, but I obviously do not find it, so I try to commit it to my drunken memory. And I guess we go back to our room.
And then Rahaj is going to lock the door and say, Sethanon, if you could for a little bit, Rahaj would like to do some reading. And he gives like a really big, awful wink. If you know what I'm saying, could you watch the door?
At this point, Sethanon is face down on the bunk and just waves a hand like, yeah, sure.
We are a dream team, Sethanon. And then Rahaj is going to like read. And yeah.
I'm going to say because you're drunk, like, you're only going to make half progress. So, like, every 2 hours you spend reading is basically worth an hour.
Oh, God. Okay. I'll make it so with a full rest. What time is it now?
So at this point, it's probably, like, midnight.
I want to wake up at, like, 10 o'clock. So I'll get in an hour of reading. A full, like, 2 hours that count as one.
2 hours that count as one. Okay, yeah, you can knock off 1 hour. Just make sure you keep track of your hours.
Okay.
All right. Everyone else, however, having gone to bed at like 11, you all get a full night's rest, and you wake up around 7 a.m.
No, wait. I have something to do.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Hazel.
Since Rana and I both trance at the same time, we both wake up about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And we're both wide awake. And, well, I got something to do, and I look over to Rana and go, I have some errands to run if you're also bored.
I'm slightly hungover, I think, but perhaps some fresh air will help break that. Sure, if you don't mind the company.
I think I'd need the company. Please, follow me. And I'm going out to that forest where I heard that owl coo before. And I don't know how long it will take, but we just start walking.
Well, to give you an idea, so it's basically depends on how fast. Like if you go at a regular pace, it's, 3 miles every hour. If you just go at a regular pace, if you want to stealth there, it's 2 miles every hour. And if you want to rush there but have disadvantage on perception checks, then it's 4 miles every hour. And basically the forest that you heard, it was like off in the distance. It was kind of like echoing out over the fields. It's about 8 miles away.
Okay, yep.
Actually, no, from where you are, it's more like 5, because you're on the edge of town there.
Oh, okay.
So it'll take you like 2
hours. It'll be a bit of a walk. It'll take about 4 hours there and back.
Well, we've certainly got the time to spare now. Why not?
Very true. Question. If I was getting a gift for a cleric, would something that came from a demon be threatening at all?
Well, like most gifts, it always depends on who you're giving the gift to, but I would imagine that the only way it would seem like a threat is if the person had an affinity for demons or something. I can't see it being seen, as anything but a gift otherwise.
Thank you. I think I need help with these sort of things.
I'm not entirely certain I'm the person to help with people issues.
Well, you're better than nothing. You seem to, if I got what I meant in the temple, that is, it seems that you, seem to care, maybe. I don't know.
You seem a bit frustrated. Are you alright?
I have to get over a lot of things in a short amount of time. I think it'll be fine, but it'll take some thinking through. But I came here because I needed to ask your help.
My help?
I need you to help me help people. I don't even look at people in the eye when they talk to me. I'm focused on everything else, and God knows I can't focus when there's, more than 5 people in a room. I need help with a lot of things, and if you're willing to, give me those hints I need to make sure a thing like Mira never happens again. You didn't see it, but you probably heard her die.
I heard quite a bit of noise up there. Of course, I only had my assumptions, but I assumed she was a friend of yours.
I wish I knew her better now. Regrets don't really matter, though. But I didn't know what she was going to do, and of course, it led to her death. I thought she was going to jump off the boat. I had no idea. I should have seen it coming, though. And if you were to help me, I would like for that to never happen again.
Well, I don't mind doing whatever I can to help, but I must warn you up front, I'm not all that experienced in dealing with people. I've spent my fair time observing, watching, picking up whatever cues I could, but you're not responsible. Yes. You're not responsible for the actions of others and knowing what they will do. You're not responsible for the things that they decide. Everyone is in charge of their own life, and surely you know that whatever it is she's done, even if you could have done something to stop it, it's not in any way your fault.
No, it almost certainly was. I was the last barrier. I should be used to knowing that when I'm around, people need that extra push. I work as a guide in my spare time, so I should be able to pick when these are about to come about. And it's my job. If I can't do my job right, what am I? A half-raped druid that can't even turn into a bird?
I know things about duty, but I also know that grief can make people do some very unpredictable things. Things that you can't always be on the lookout for. If you don't mind, may I ask, this job you're speaking of, is it the role of the moral compass of hurting people? Is it something that you do because you want to, or because you feel you need to?
Moral compass? I didn't realize I was given such a title. Well, I suppose I am to a degree. Never intended to. It just sort of seemed to come about, I wander around long enough, I try to do my bit to make sure that everyone stays afloat, and people start thinking that you're a good person. It's completely out of my hand, I'll have you know, but there are some perks. People will give you spare things, and sometimes they'll help you move around. But honestly, I'm kind of making it up as I go. I'm just doing it because it's really all I know. Anything else, and, well, again, what am I?
Yes, I must admit I'm a bit familiar with that myself. I would do, well, just a sense of, you do what you know because there's not much else for you. I do what I can, what I please, whenever I need to. but in the way of goals or desires, there's not much, I must admit, for me. There's not much for me to ever return to or to attain. There's not much I want, really, so duty is about all that I have at this point. So I understand the need to fulfill a job, but whatever responsibility you may have been saddled with, it doesn't make you the end-all be-all of people. You can't control what everyone will do, even if you know what decisions they'll make. The unexpected.
Thank you. Though if I
You're
did
welcome.
want to do that, I suppose I would have gone warlock.
True. Would have had a very different skill set indeed. I will do whatever I can in reading people to just try and aid you in whatever way is possible. Perhaps not bearing entirely the burden will do your mind some ease.
And it seems that I should help you too. It's a deal.
We agreed then.
And at this point, you guys have been walking for a bit. You eventually come to the edge of the forest there. I want you, as you come to the edge, I want both of you, or actually just Hazel, Jacket, make a wisdom nature check. So roll a wisdom check, but add your proficiency if you're proficient with nature, which I believe you are.
Also, +4 equals 12.
Yes. Also, I believe I gave both of you inspiration already on your character sheet. But as you look around the forest, you take about like a good 15 minutes looking around. You don't see the owl that you were looking for, that you heard earlier. Seems to have flown off, maybe gone hunting or something, as you don't notice it.
Can I cast Speak with Animals?
You may. There's currently not really any animals around you, though. Like not.
That's okay. There will be in a bit.
Yeah, none that you can see, but yeah, you can cast it. Is it a ritual spell?
Yeah, it's a ritual, but I don't really have time. I'd rather just cast it. I have 4 spell slots and nothing really else to do with it today.
Okay, so you
Speak with
go ahead
animals,
and
or-
cast Speak with Animals.
I have food for anyone who's willing to help me deliver a message, preferably one that can fly. And I try to yell this across the clearing or something.
Go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Ooh,
Actually,
animal handling!
Since you're able to talk with them. Yeah, no, just regular animal handling. That's fine. I think your case, a charisma check might actually be worse. So you actually see a deer sort of stumbles out of the woods. And it's kind of surprised, like deer in headlights gives you that sort of like surprised look. It's sort of like frozen looking at you.
A pun in the headlights.
Yeah, exactly. But as you like hold out a bit of food, after a few seconds, it kind of cautiously stands forward and food. Who goes there? Food? Was that you? You are
Yes,
not
I have
kind.
food. I'm a druid friend. I would like for you to deliver a message, but it'll be very far.
If you need message, then it's better to trust the sky folk. And it kind of like points its antlers up at a tree, and there you do notice there is a falcon actually resting on one of the branches.
Perfect.
Alana comes along with Tetra's rifle and just shoots it down.
Okay, I cast.
I wonder what gestures you guys have been making this whole campaign that I haven't seen. Just been like playing air guitar.
You'll never know.
And sorry, what were you saying, Jackie?
I'd like, if you don't mind, but I'd like to trade you a good berry for a message that you could deliver to someone in Nance, which is a few hundred miles away, if not more.
Make animal handling.
Oh, another one. Whoop-de-doo!
Yeah, this time you're persuading to basically perform the task of a spell. It flies down closer to another lower branch. Food! Message! What is message?
Okay, I give him a good berry, so I'm one down. And I cast Animal Messenger.
Oh, okay. That's why I was making you roll, because normally you'd have to cast that, but if you're just casting that, then I normally wouldn't make you roll for it.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. To a very plump brown woman with long black hair in an overgrown mansion in the city of Lumiere, Nantes. This is the message. Jade, I'm alive. Year-long mission into trouble. Need info on a man in charge of Narzak. I'm sorry. And I send him away.
And yeah, he takes the good berry. Message! Far away, lad! Go! And just flies off.
Goodbye.
This entire time, I've just been standing there watching, just not understanding anything that's happening.
You see Hazel go, go, go! But eventually the bird flies off.
I'm sorry, that must have been a bit weird.
Admittedly, not more so than anything else I've seen this group do since I've joined.
Which must be a lot, I'm sure. But anyway, time to go back, unless you want to pet a deer.
Animals are not exactly fond of me, so I think I'll take my chances just walking back instead of petting whatever's around.
And while we go, I want you to tell me more about yourself. Now, I don't know if we should just montage this or just, transport us back, because we've taken a long time with this trip. I'm sorry, Tristan.
No, it's cool. You're welcome to just message each other if you want. But we'll say you guys spend the rest of the other 2 hours heading back. At which point, since you left at 3, a total of 4 hours, so it should be 7 a.m. as everyone's waking up on the 15th of Vergon, which is dawn low. And so, you guys all come to consciousness, except Raj still seems to be sleeping. He's just snoring.
Yeah.
Did you, I guess now would be a good time to take a break, like you were saying.
Probably should have just left. Never mind.
Why don't we say we'll meet back at the hour, essentially. On the hour.
Okay.
Sound good?
Good.
Right, cool. I just want to say before...
I'm going to send you a message on Discord, Tristan. Is that cool?
Yeah, I'll check it. Also, I just want to say before we go that I'm so glad to be playing a campaign where we can spend an hour just dancing.
Oh, God, that was so much fun.
Thank you for that.
It was really fun.
Thank you for
that.
That
was fun.
And I will see you in 10 minutes.
Oh, well. Next.
Dubois.
I'd like to find the blacksmith.
A blacksmith, yes. Let's see here. So, now, did you roll the? I don't think you rolled the investigation check that I had.
I was.
So go ahead and roll a charisma check. But if you're proficient with investigation, you can also roll with your proficiency bonus. I think if you are proficient with investigation, I think I already made a.
I'm no longer drunk, so it's a 14.
Yeah, you're not actually drunk. It's just a 14. That's fine. You guys recover from your. You're still a little hungover, but not at disadvantage anymore.
If you had been drunk, that would have been great.
You do find a few places. So you do find, as you're asking around, there is a smith in town. So I'll send you that. And I'll also give you access to a couple of places that you hear about on the way.
Okay.
About the pet store, you better let me know.
Is there some kind of armor shop? There's just weapons?
At the moment, he only has weapons in stock.
Okay. I bid him farewell.
All right, and everyone else, are you sleeping in, or are you heading out?
I guess I head out.
Bliv sleeps for like another hour before she's ready to actually get out of bed.
Wait, guys, I'm not even awake yet. Hold on. Whoa.
It's fine, we can leave you.
No, wait.
All right, yeah, if you want to keep sleeping, then eventually an hour passes, another hour passes. Eventually comes to 10 a.m. And Rahaj, you wake from your long rest as well.
Is Seth in there?
Yeah, Seth is still sleeping.
Yeah.
Can you wake him
You're
up?
allowed to sleep in.
No, I'm not gonna wake him up. I'm just gonna. Is the door still locked? I'm gonna say yeah. I'm guessing that didn't change.
The doors don't really have locks per se, but it's still closed.
I put my backpack in front of it, so it's harder to open.
Okay.
And I'll go back to reading until someone tells me to stop.
All right. Cool. All right. Yeah. Unless anyone else wants to do anything.
There's a blacksmith in town?
Yes, there is. Can't recall if I gave you the blacksmith.
Can I go in search of him?
Yes, you can. Let's see. You can make another charisma investigation check. So roll charisma and add investigation if you're proficient, or just add your proficiency in.
Wait, you said just a straight charisma check?
Yeah, it's just straight charisma, and then add, if you're proficient with investigation, then add proficiency.
Nice.
Yeah, no, people, they just seem too busy to really talk to you, and the only people who do talk to you, they're like, oh, sorry, I don't really buy that stuff. So no, you're not really sure. Not searching on by yourself.
Around.
Yeah, looking around town. You spend about half an hour or two trying to look, but to no avail.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, then another half hour passes. Now 11 a.m. Then another hour passes until noon. At this point, Elena, as you're looking around town, you do hear the town crier eventually comes to the center of town and begins reading off the day's news. Mostly it's just trivial stuff like different prices on the market, different like their plans for the winter, keeping stock of goods and livestock and different produce. But then he eventually says something that does catch your eye. Let's see here. So he begins saying, "Hear ye, hear ye. The Commander Regala has decreed that none are to be permitted to board any ships departing from Port Vigil until the investigation into the prior's murder is concluded. Anyone with knowledge about this incident is asked to come forward to Commander Regala, who's staying here in Vigil, next to the church. Also, Commander Regala is offering a 500 gold reward to anyone who can discern the identity and apprehend or stop the murderer in question." He continues on a bit more. Also, Commander Regala has asked that anyone with information regarding the Temptress come forward. You will be forgiven if you have dallianced with this individual. She merely wishes to have a conversation with the Temptress and to ensure that none stray or are taken advantage of. Continues on. He says she's offering a reward of 200 gold for anyone who can reveal the identity of this individual. going on a bit more. Let's see here. So he also mentions that reports of orcs far to the east have been reported, and Commander Regala suggests that when traveling between towns that you inform the guard so that a defensive regiment can be assembled to ensure safe passage. And then, let's see, is there anything else as he goes on? Oh, yes, and he also mentions the investigation into the prior's murder is ongoing. However, it has been revealed that the 2 children of David and Hazel Pryor are currently missing, and everyone has been asked to stay vigilant and aware for any information regarding their whereabouts. And yeah, that's basically all he says.
I yell out, "Where's the blacksmith shop?"
He ignores you and just keeps going on. And the price of clothing is currently on sale at the general, and he just keeps going.
Alright, I head back to the church.
Alright, yeah, you head back.
Yeah.
Another hour, I'd say, passes. Now 1 p.m. Rana.
I'll wake up now.
I had a question.
Oh,
yes.
sorry, yeah, Bliv.
I was wondering if the church offered meals to those staying.
Let me see. No, they currently don't have. They have like small morsels of food, but it's usually saved for like the infirm and the poor, and you don't currently qualify for that.
Hey, Jacket, let's cut your leg off. Kidding. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Good berry?
If you're offering.
Yep. There you go. 1 good berry down. All yours. Fed for a day. Also,
All right.
Rani, you get 1 too.
Oh, thank you.
All right, and then Rana.
Since I wasn't really doing much, I want to assume that I was like in the marketplace to hear the town crier say his stuff. Can I just like wander around and kind of look for the temptress? That's the most interesting thing I've heard said about this town.
You can also make it like you want to like ask around about her. You mean?
Sure. I mean, if there's no other option of like looking to see if there's anyone who seems like a temptress, considering everyone else seems rather dull.
I will say that you have not met anyone who's a resident of this town who seems anything that fits that description. They're all very modest here in Port Vigil, but if you want to kind of ask around, get information, you can make a charisma investigation check. So,
Okay.
if you're proficient with investigation, I think for everyone who is proficient with investigation, I believe I actually made like a separate check for you in the bottom under your tool proficiencies. But if you're not proficient, then it's just a straight charisma check.
Yeah, I am not. This is gonna go badly, but whatever. Yep.
Yeah, nobody really seems willing to talk about that. Of course I don't know. Some of them are even kind of offended that you would ask about that. But no, can't seem to find any info.
Can I just judgmentally look at people and see if anyone looks like they're not modest? I'm literally judging books by the cover.
Yeah, you can spend I'd say an hour in the town square, just like people watching. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Perception
Nice.
20. So you spend a good hour, seeing everyone, a whole, at least hundreds of people, come through the town market at some point during the day. And so, yeah, you see a lot of people, nobody that you would guess is a temptress. And an hour passes, so it's now should be about 2 p.m. for my time lord.
Oh, 2? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because I kept saying like an hour passes, just waiting to see if anyone would do anything.
Okay.
Alana.
I go back to the church, and I guess I run into everyone, or most everyone that's in the church, and I tell them I think there is a murder investigation going on in the town. I tell
Interesting.
that to whoever's listening. It sounds like the parents were killed and the kids were taken. By whom, I don't know.
Okay. But wait, who's she telling this to?
To anyone who's listening in the church.
Oh, okay.
Not me.
But aren't we leaving with the ship today?
Oh, no one's allowed to leave until
Why is
this
that?
all figured out.
I guess I'll ask the cats if they know anything.
The cats?
Yeah.
The drunk people.
There's gotta be cats. It's a dog. What?
Make a perception check.
Okay, come on. There's gotta be some cats. Yes, cat time.
Alright, so let's see here. I just gotta check what a cat's stealth is. That would be...
Pretty good, but I don't think it's above 18.
Nope, yeah, so you do notice one cat that tries to, like, it's sneaking like a dead mouse in its mouth on the edge of the church.
Dig!
Okay, can't speak with animals because I don't want to waste 10 minutes so it can run away.
Yep.
I've got a question for you, little one, up over there eating that mouse. Did you see any humans get murdered?
Humans murdered? No. No humans murdered. I murdered no humans, just this. You want my food? No.
I don't want your food. I just want to know if you've seen anything recently. Any bloodshed?
Make an animal handling
Besides the
check.
mouse. Animal handling. Come on, roll 2 21s. Don't disappoint me now. Come on. Okay, can I just cast animal friendship?
You can cast that if you want, yeah.
Okay. 2 spells gone within 2 minutes.
And she's like, and then after you cast it, she's like, and she just goes out, like curls around your leg and starts rubbing against you. No murders, no bloodshed in this town.
Does everyone smell human? I kind of pet it back, but I'm pretty sure Dig's, scratching at my leg.
You not smell
Like, bitch.
human. You smell like something else. I don't know your smell.
Besides me, does everyone in this town smell roughly human, or at least like they've lived here a while?
Many humans here. Smell nothing else. Just you.
A tiefling, thank you. God, even the cat's racist.
I didn't know you could understand cat, Rahaj. I kind of look at him like I knew there was
I'm not
something
there.
up.
Don't worry, I'm not there.
Okay, but okay. Have you smelt blood anywhere? Wait, I quickly turn over to Alana. Did it say where these people were murdered? Got anything for me?
Not really. Just that they were murdered and the 2 kids are gone.
Okay, well that helps. Okay, smelt any blood recently? Big amounts of it. More than fish.
No, not here.
Oh, but seriously, there's 2 missing kids. Do you have any idea where someone could have been spirited away to? Any easy to hide in spots around here that you've seen humans run into?
I know all the hiding spots. No humans there.
Thank you for your time, but I might call upon your services later. Have a nice meal.
Thank you. And it kind of rubs against your leg again and scurries off.
Well, that didn't work.
So let's see here. I believe. Did I skip anyone? Actually, Rana, did you want to do something else?
Me? No. I'm just
Oh no, yeah, you already did
your
your.
and hanging out.
Yeah, you already looked. All right, so Raj.
Raj, what time is it now? Is it 2, 3?
2 p.m.
It's
2 p.m.?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll put my stuff away. Seth, are you still asleep?
Not anymore. I open my eyes.
Just so dry.
Oh, apologies, friend. And you can see him putting away his things, if that means anything to you. Raj is going to go out on town. He'll talk to you later, okay?
Yes, I will see you later.
And he's gonna open the door. He's gonna walk out, and when he passes by Alani, he's gonna frizz up her hair, and he's just gonna trot right out of the building.
Can I grab his hand and bend it back?
Oh,
Jesus!
Yeah, if you want to make a dexterity check.
Do I get to make anything?
You can also make a dexterity check too.
Oh God, I'm gonna lose. I have a -1 modifier.
oh.
Yeah, you lost. And you grab him.
I grab it and
You're
I
both
bend his
terrible.
hand back till he's in pain.
I show no pain.
Just to break your
Hand my
hand.
hand back, Alana.
Hands off.
And I take the other
Stop.
hand and poke her face and cast light, and then I run away. If I get outside, I want to go behind a tree where people can't see me, and I want to cast disguise self as that young, strapping male that I looked at while we were eating lunch that one time, 2 sessions ago.
Mhm.
And I want to make myself look like him. And I want to walk about the town in those Ultiman robes as a young male, and put my fingers crossed behind my back just in case that's what the Temptress is into. And I just want to take a little stroll, see what there is to see, and see if anyone wants to just come up and say hi.
Yeah, so you walk around, conspicuously as this young man. You spend, say, an hour walking around town. Nobody seems to approach you. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, fun.
Actually, however, you can make a give me a perception check.
Ooh. I like those. Oh God, where are they? Perception.
Yeah, so you don't notice anybody acting out of the ordinary. However, as you are walking along the docks, you do see somebody has scratched an image on one of the wooden planks. It appears to be the image of a skull.
I go over to it. Oh wait, no. First, I go to a bathroom or something and drop my disguise self, so people will see a human walk in and a tiefling walk out, and they'll be like, "What the fuck?" And then I'm gonna go check out the skull.
All right. As you look around that area, you find underneath that plank. As you search around, there is something underneath there, very tiny. I'll just send it to you. But other than that,
Nothing
nobody
to
really.
see here, people. Just me looking under this plank. Oh, I'm excited.
Flanking.
Who am I gonna see?
Yeah. And other than that, nobody really approaches you.
If I inspect what I saw, do I know anything more about it?
It would take you about an hour to figure it out. Yeah.
All right, I pocket it. And I guess just chill. I'll walk around for a little while before I come back.
Cool. All right, and let's see, anyone else? Alana. Sorry, Alana.
Oh yeah. No, we're Jacket, I think.
No, Alana, go first.
You
You sure?
can do it over there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Go on.
So I go up to Seth's room and I knock.
Come in.
I peek in.
I'm just in bed, I guess. The sheets are thrown off, and I have one leg hanging off the bed. I'm in sort of transition from being on the bed and trying to get up. I'm taking my time.
I'm guessing the light spell has worn off by now.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. That thing lasts for like an hour.
Yeah, but
Has it been an hour?
Yeah, it's been an hour at this point.
No.
So, how are you feeling this morning?
I am feeling very alive because I want to die.
I pass you my water skin.
Thank you. And I accept the water skin and I sit up and take a small sip. And then I kind of look up to her and I squint my eyes and I say, Alana, I'm very concerned. I've lost time. Something happened last night, but I do not know what.
Also, Sethanon, as you're coming to consciousness, before you forget, you do start to recall a dream that you had last night.
Oh, okay.
And I will copy that over, but you can keep going.
And I take another drink and hand the water skin back to Alana.
You take that.
Oh, go ahead.
You had some interesting questions last night for me.
What happened?
You asked some personal questions, and
Wait, did we dance? I recall dancing.
No, I did not dance.
Oh. Did I dance with Rahaj?
You know, no, I don't think so. You danced with some other people. I think you danced with Bliv.
Okay.
But, no, everything's fine. I just wanted to check on you and see if you're okay. Because I know you would have...
I think I am. I think I need to eject the contents of my stomach.
Oh.
And then I start looking around for something.
I hand him a trash bin or something.
There's like a, what do you call it? A chamber pot in the corner. That's the closest.
Yeah, I kick it over to him.
Okay. And there's no time to be squeamish. I vomit.
Oh, and then I kind of pat his back gingerly. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. I hold on to her leg. And I vomit again.
I sit down next to him on the bed, and last night you asked if I was married. It popped up, and I guess yeah. I mean, I was, but I wasn't at the same point, at the same time. It's kind of hard to talk about. I guess I wasn't married in the official Nargzak sense, but we kind of had our own, we kind of just said we were, if that makes any sense. Had our own little ceremony with a priest. But I no longer am. And I'm kind of just kind of get kind of quiet and just awkward. I no longer am. So I carry this around, and I show him the little string that's kind of looks like a ring. And
Yeah, just while Alana's speaking, Sethnon finishes his thing and tries to clean himself up a little bit, and gingerly pushes away the chamber pot. And I look at the string ring object, and I study it just for a moment and hand it back to her. And I look at her with bloodshot eyes. And I breathe, I kind of huff and puff a little bit just because I'm recovering. And I say, I think I do recall seeking you out last night. I am concerned with you. You seemed very frustrated and anxious when we were leaving the library after defeating Ozum. I'm concerned that you are emotionally compromised by you showed fear, and it may get in your way of making rational decisions. I just want you to understand that if you are uncomfortable with returning to Narzak, you do not have to accompany us. I do not believe anybody holds you accountable.
It's it's funny. I was thinking about this when they told us that they wanted us to kill Mektul, and it's so strange. I used to accompany Rocco to those meetings, and I'd see Mektul on a regular basis, and here I am. I'm supposed to kill him, and it's kind of something I've been waiting on, and I can't believe it's always something that I wanted to do. It's always something that I thought about, I guess. It's always something that I wished for, and can't believe it's coming true. And I guess I'm a little taken back by it. I don't know what to think. And I just didn't expect it to be like this, I guess.
We do have months before we must accomplish this mission. You have time to process this.
It's a lot. I hope you know. Seeing Braca and Mektul again, it's a lot. And I don't think that Braca would be in the most forgiving mood when he sees me.
Well, regardless of the circumstances of your marriage status, I think that, as I said before, you could step away from this if you do not feel it is something you totally wish to do. It sounds like it's something that you wished for, but you seem uncertain.
I need to do it. I need to do it.
I nod, but then stop halfway through and think better of moving my head too much. And I say, then I suppose there's nothing else to say about this matter. I think that, or I hope that you know that everybody here, our comrades, would have no issues with assisting you, obviously. And despite it being our our mission, I believe everyone here would consider you a friend. Myself included.
Wow. I did not know that.
I smile, actually. I nod and smile and look aside to her and say, I recall that when we spoke at the farmhouse in the Shadowfell, and you had asked about my puzzle cube, and I spoke about my childhood, you showed compassion for me, and you touched my hand. And I understand that for most people this would be a trivial and mundane gesture, but I am not accustomed to such interactions, and I do appreciate it. And I do want to remind you that I chose to break my promise to you and accompany you to the cathedral when I had previously said that I would take Patrika and Bride back to the portal. You were upset with me at the time, but I could not let you do that alone. So I hope that you can understand that I do consider you a friend and I do care for you. In some ways you remind me of someone I knew before.
Oh. I consider you a friend too. And I kind of look around awkwardly.
I lean close and put her arm around her waist and grab the water skin and take another drink.
What a man.
Hell yeah, Stefan.
Right. I hand it to him and I stand up, kind of not looking at him in his eyes. And well, good talk. I think the others are up and about. We should probably go. Or are you feeling pretty bad?
I am feeling well enough now to proceed with the day. Thank you for this. And I pass her back the water skin, and I stand up and slowly get my things together.
All right, Rahaj, you had a question?
By this time, with Rahaj meandering a bit, would I be back at the church by now?
Yeah, you can make your way back, I'd say.
Ooh, okay. Never mind. I'll stop there. I hold my action.
I guess on my way out the door, I just say thank you, Seth.
I offer her a smile and nod. And continue gathering my things together and just say over my shoulder, of course, anytime.
Okay. And I walk away.
And Rahaj, you end up coming into the church at this point. I want both you guys, Alana and Sethanon, to take a point of inspiration, which I've already put on your character sheet.
Do I see her leave my room?
No, but you do, as you're coming in, you do see her walking out of the gardens.
How's the group's morale looking? Like, just all the individuals? How are they looking?
You could roll an insight check if you want.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, Dig does not smell the vomit, unfortunately. He's more concerned after that cat came by. He's like kind of on edge.
I know everything.
Son.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys can individually decide how much Raj can tell about your current morale.
Left to right, Juno first.
Oh, no, not me. Oh,
guys, not
someone
all
else.
please.
Someone else.
Hey, Bliv,
In
how you
alphabetical
doing?
order, you're still first.
Bliv's
Come on.
mostly sticking to herself.
Cool. Picard?
Well, You can actually ask Dubois if you really want to know, but he seems bored. He's looking for something to do.
Okay. Jacket.
Jacket's sort of sitting at the window trying to, think of anything else she could ask around. So she's kind of all right. She is kind of concerned about children, though. So yeah, she's just going, when will my children return from war? Sort of.
Rana.
Rana is not there. She's still just
Never mind.
hanging out in town, keeping an eye out.
Well, as you're kind of looking around, Raj, Hilta comes out of her room too. Her hair is like super like frizzled and like just completely a complete mess. She walks by and just, oh right, Raj, was it?
Yes, you look great.
Oh, she kind of like tries to fix her hair, but like just makes it worse. Thanks.
Good.
Not too bad yourself. Oh, by the way, some of your friends are talking about hitching a ride with us, with Captain Bob on his ship.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Oh.
Yeah, you should let him know though. He's planning to set out, I believe, on Day Zeus next week. So
Okay.
make sure you talk to him before then, or he's going to take off without you.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, anything for a friend. And she keeps walking off.
And then I guess Raj is gonna go back to his room, check on Seth. Sethanon, how are you doing?
I am doing considerably better than earlier, thank you.
That's good.
How are you?
Good. Raj just took a stroll. Still a bit of a headache, but it will pass. Here, Raj found this. I'm gonna show him the potion. Do you know anything about potions? Can you tell me what this is?
Let me see here. What can I check? Something?
You could try and make an Arcana check, yeah.
Can I make one with him, just to see if either of us
make
can
it.
do?
Yeah.
Damn.
Did you
It is
make
a potion.
Did you make your 2d20 rolls?
Oh, no, I didn't. Oh!
Yeah, don't forget you can use your portent. And also don't forget to check your journal as I updated
Oh,
it.
yes. I'm going to check that right now, actually.
But you get the feeling that you might just need to spend like an hour or so just like kind of wafting it, getting a feel for the smell of it and everything before you really be sure. Like a short rest, you should be able to figure it out.
I'll go into the main room, I guess, or wherever everybody's hanging out, and just sit there and inspect it and see if I can determine it.
All right, cool. So yeah, you spend an hour with that. In the meantime, Jacket.
I go up to Dubois. I've got a plan. Dubois, you have authority as a paladin, correct?
It depends on what.
On investigating murders, perchance, at all?
Or perhaps they would view me investigating with a positive eye, but I don't think I have any authority on their town or any jurisdiction. I'm just some stranger.
Very true, but if you were to ask questions about the murders, would you think people would answer you?
They may.
Okay, because I was thinking the sailors might know. They're the ones that are impacted most by this entire inspection, so they would obviously keep up to date on what's going on. Or at least the people near there, they're known to gossip something bad.
I think you would be right. I have nothing to do anyways, so it would be a pleasure to go investigate with you.
1 second. Raj?
Yeah.
We might need your talking ability. We're going to investigate on the murders at the docks.
Murders?
There seem to be, murder and one kidnapping of 2 children, but come on.
When was there? Whatever, I'll come. Whatever.
And
okay, I fill him in on the way.
We still have a temptress to find too.
Investigating squad, go. Anyone want to come with is welcome to. We're going to
guess
solve the murder, guys. Let's go.
I guess Bliv will come along. She's got nothing better to do.
Hey,
Veronica will meet up with you on the way.
I think the
Seth.
sailor would be up to date with. It's the Temptress.
Seth, come on. We're making a group event of it. We're gonna go investigate a murder. It'll be great.
Oh, how
Regular scoop in the gang.
entertaining. A murder. Yes, let us go solve this murder. Are we also looking for the Temptress? And I look at Raj.
Oh, Raj is always looking for the dentist.
Okay. Oh, and actually, before we leave, I guess during Sephinon's sort of routine of getting all of his belongings together, he would have gone to the priest and offer to clean out his chamber pot thing. He needs to know where to dispose of the stuff. And,
Oh no, don't.
and then
don't
he'll
worry
join us
about
again.
it. I understand completely. Please, go have fun. Enjoy your time here.
Fun.
She kind of assures you, like, oh no, that's what these acolytes are kind of for. It's just they're supposed to be disciplined and they're just constantly cleaning stuff. So it's really not a problem.
Okay, so I thank her and then join my companions.
You smell something awful of vomit. Quick, take a good berry. Jeez.
Oh,
And
thank
also
you.
the priest says to you as you're turning away, she says, and I know it was, in jest the previous evening, but I am serious. If any of you wish to talk, the confession is always open. And then she goes back to work.
We'll ask her about the murders if we get nothing from the docs. How's that?
I'd like to confess that I have a question about the murders.
Not a bad confession.
I'll wait.
So Sethanon.
Oh, I already finished.
Oh, that was it. Okay, Alana.
Yeah. Solid roll.
While we're walking out of the church, can I walk next to Jacket and speak to her for a second while we're walking and talking? So Jacket, here's a thought. So I heard the town crier earlier today, and there could be a small chance. I mean, this isn't probably not even what happened, but we could check the roads and look for any suspicious carriages going towards Narzak.
Narzak? Why specific? Oh, whatever. I don't think I'll get a straight answer out of you. Just know that you'll have my help.
Okay.
Okay. Check the
Right,
roads
so
to
where-
Narzak.
Where are you headed right now?
To the
The
docks.
docks, you said? Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we gotta think about this first.
Them
So you
gossiping
do see-
sailors need a talking to.
So you do see there's a number of different boats. They're mostly fishing boats. They're not made for long distance travel. You do see there's about 2 boats, and you kind of ask around. One boat that you heard the minstrels mention, it's called the Widow, captained by Captain Bob. It's it's headed or about to be headed towards Ketland. There's another larger traveling vessel, which is headed east towards Ekruvia. And you can actually also see farther off in the harbor, the very large warship that originally brought you in is still docked.
By the way, everybody, we should probably discuss this at some point. What are we doing next? What is our plan?
I wanted to go home. Since I'm not
do we find...
stuck with the rest of you.
Sorry. Do we find Rana while we're going through and grab her?
Oh yeah, you meet up with them on your way to the docks, Rana.
Hello, Rana.
Oh, so you were saying Bliv? I apologize.
I just want to go back home. I haven't seen my family in a while, and that'd be nice.
Did we all resist the whole Ultima thing? Like, are we all on the same page? We all resisted?
No.
You could resist.
No. I
Oh,
think
no.
the only people who resisted was you and was it Bliv?
Yeah, being a gnome has its perks.
Well, that is different than what Raj expected. So we have a year. Where is your family, Blivette?
They're in Seralimir. We'd have to head back to the Freelands to even reach the city.
Well, we have the option of going to Ketland.
And that's kind of the opposite direction.
Which one is closer to Narzak?
Time to bring up your maps, kids, if you're actually asking out of character.
No, I'm asking in character, I guess.
Do I need to roll something? Or
You can roll a history check.
yeah, +5.
So, if you are going by foot, then definitely Seralimir is on the way, sort of, towards Narzak. However, if you're traveling by sea from where you are now, you would have to go around the continent of Thandalay, which essentially would take you past Port Halta, which is in Ketland, and then around past Nantes, then Laroska, all the way back to the Freelands, and then you would come to Narzak.
Well, one is much more, close. Well, what's our plan?
I think we need to find our fortune before we head out for our mission, because we are clearly ill-equipped for this.
Agreed. But where should we go?
Well, I'm guessing Ketland is surely ripe with adventure. Pretty much anywhere, actually. There are problems anywhere that need solving.
Rahaj is okay with Ketland.
I stick up my hand. Why are we going to Ketland?
It's something.
Because we have a ship going there soon. We could go.
Just because there's ships going everywhere. Why do we have to go to Ketland?
Actually, there's only ships going 2 places right now.
Well,
so.
I know, but what's in Ketland that we need to go to?
Nothing.
We are ill-equipped to do anything involving the assassin. And Rahaj gets quieter. The you-know-what deal. So we need to find some place to be able to train or get better equipment.
And Ketland is known for training?
Listen, Rahaj just wants to do something.
Well, we have something on our plates now, technically. If it's money that we're after, there are bounties.
We also
much?
technically owed 150 gold each by a certain scientist.
Except he's dead.
No, I thought the one that was alive is the one that promised us the
TSO
gold.
owes us 150 each.
Was it him paying us, or was it the...
It was actually TSO hired you because he had a personal stake in it, but it was actually the money was coming from Eladris, the elf.
Yes.
Well,
I mean, I would
Well,
mind
why don't we?
We are not getting paid.
We can just find him. We can just find TSO and get the money from him that way. Anyway,
I mean, he does kind of owe us after what he pulled.
So
I'm
we
sure
have,
we can find ways to
Make
get
the
money
man
from
upside
him.
down for pennies?
so we have a few things we could do. It is up to you all, I suppose.
We could also inform ourselves where there is a war going on, because where there are wars, there are problems to solve.
I am not too interested in dealing with any wars.
I
Oh,
think
but
perhaps we might be
that's
thinking
going to be-
a bit too large for
I mean,
now.
look at me. I am not a
And
soldier.
smaller goals might be better for now, especially since we can't really take any boats anywhere, considering the ports are closed until the mysteries have been solved around this place. There are bounties for both the Temptress and whatever happened to those children. That's a way for us to receive money. And I do know for a fact that some of the party, and she'll kind of glance towards Jacket, are a bit more invested in solving some of these than others. But I personally would love to meet this temptress.
Rahaj agrees. But there's also the idea we're still in Ultimate territory, which does not make Rahaj very comfortable. And there's no tavern here, which is a very big problem.
It's a sorry state that this town is in. Children missing, no taverns. Horrible, really.
It's terrible.
Well, the church is very welcoming. You can't say otherwise.
Bliv just stares flatly at
I
the
will
wall.
say otherwise.
Rana's going to turn to Bliv, though, and say, I personally, as well, have no objections to passing by your home on the way to achieve our mission. It is right through the freelance, which we need to go to.
Exactly. We need to head south one way or another.
But I would recommend that it's after we deal with some of what's happening here, if only to line our pockets.
How about this? The investigation obviously will take people, but the Temptress would probably prefer a smaller group. So how about... And then Rahaj steps back and kind of points to Jacket, Dubois, Blivette, Seth, and Alana and goes, you all work on the missing children, and then to Rana, and since you and I find the Temptress interesting, you and I can work on that. We get done quicker, we can move on and get out of this Ultimate territory.
Pretty much everywhere we go will be Ultimate territory.
This is not
At
true.
least until we leave Trestia.
Well, Tristia is certainly more intense in Ultimate affairs than other places, but it will still be the main cult.
My home isn't so, well, at least it wasn't last time I was there, so, up with the church.
I'm suddenly more inclined to go visit your home.
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty interesting, actually.
Though if we're speaking of visiting places, along the way, if we happen to pass by a temple to Luna, I may need to make a stop. There are materials that I require. Not so important and more of a along-the-way thing, perhaps, but throw that out there.
So are we doing the things here or no?
Well, a little gold would help. I mean, we picked up quite a bit in the Shadowfell. I say those words very quietly. But,
So... do we go with Rahaj's plan of splitting the party?
Look, if we solve this, then we'll at least have the boat option as an opportunity. It'll be an option. Right now, we have a chance to just go straight south on a carriage, or we could pick a boat and go wherever.
I'm not too
Quite
fond
frankly,
of open
I'm
water, by
more
the way.
Seasick?
No, it's just it's big open water, and I can't swim.
Oh, bugger.
Then don't jump off the boat. There you go.
And if
Good
the
point,
boat
Raj.
somehow sinks?
Alright, we are getting nowhere with this hypothetical question.
Hold on.
What is the plan?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Alana, go ahead.
Is there a port master nearby? We're at the port.
There is one of the Trestian guards you'd seen, similar uniform as the temple, appears to be directing some of the sailors. Yeah.
I approach him.
Hello there. Yes, again, Regala's orders are final. There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. If that's what you're here to complain about, then I can't help you.
That's fine. That's not my question. So you know about the murders of the priors, right?
I've heard a few details, but Regala has been leading that investigation. If you have questions concerning that, I'd recommend talking to her.
No, my question is for you. When did you first start hearing about it?
From what I understand, the bodies were discovered 3 days ago, I believe, over in the next town over, in a place called Ajoraville. Regala is afraid that the culprit may try to escape via the port, and she wants to close off any access to new passengers until this can be resolved.
Thank you very much. And I walk back to the group. Those kids are long gone. So that's one mission down.
There we go. So, temptress or no temptress?
They're probably on their way in a carriage to Nazak being sold.
Oh. Well.
Can we at least
He's,
look for missing children already? Someone? Anyone?
No matter what, Rahaj is going either temptress or leaving. So, if you wish to look for children, go ahead.
Jacket!
Yes!
There's no
Panicked.
point.
There's no point?
I mean, there's a point. We can look, but I'm telling you, we would have to track after those children. It would take a long time. I can
We have the year.
90% tell you mostly that they are on their way to Nazak. I have a feeling, but I could be wrong.
Is 90% mostly
so
like
sure.
70% normally? Is that
What is your proof? What are you basing?
Me.
That's no proof.
Yeah,
It happened to me.
Can we at least ask the parents what happened that night? We're working off nothing.
Parents are
We don't know if
dead.
there's a tempest. We don't know if there's children. Let's just do something.
The parents are dead. They took the children. They're gone.
Raj?
While they're talking more directly, Rahaj's gonna lean over, kind of grab on like Rana's outfit and like pull on a little bit and go like, let's go look for the temptress.
Rana's totally gonna go with him.
Alright, we're gonna try to sneak off. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on both of us and give her the blessing of the trickster and see if we can just sneak away from everybody.
Okay, cool. I want you guys, you can choose if you want to either make a charisma investigation to like ask more questions, or just a regular investigation, whichever you prefer.
I mean, I'm gonna make a regular investigation, but do we have to roll stealth first?
Oh yes, and you can also roll stealth against the group's passive.
You have advantage and +10.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Well, Pass Without a Trace doesn't give you advantage, does it?
No, I give her the blessing of the trickster.
Oh yes, the blessing, right.
So she gets a
19.
19. Yeah, that's just
24.
enough. As you sneak off, nobody else seems to notice you guys disappear.
Look for
yeah.
pass without a trace.
So you can also, Rahaj, you can also roll your choice of either intelligence investigation or charisma investigation.
Charisma. Because I have a 0 intelligence modifier.
Oh, and
God,
Jacket,
look
you
at
were, you rolled the investigation. What was that? Was that for the same thing?
Yeah, I was just rolling investigation because my charisma is awful.
No, I meant Jacket.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just said roll an investigation check, and I went, "Yep, I will." Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
to the context.
No, it's for Rana and Rahaj. So as you guys ask around, Rana, you actually notice as you're looking through town Rahaj, you see the same guy that you saw when you first came to the church, who was kind of like whipping himself. You see him walking. He's got like a loaf of bread in his arms, and he walks by you.
Well, I'll try to stop him. Hello. I believe we've met previously.
Oh yes, it was your friend who showed me the light of Ultima.
What happened
What
to
can I
you?
do?
Rahaj wants it to not happen to anyone else. Can you tell Rahaj anything about this temptress? You'd like to find her.
Yes, the Temptress. I have to admit it is a point of shame, so I apologize. It's hard for me to speak of.
It is all right.
When I was feeling quite low. My wife, she died a few years ago, you see. I was having some dark thoughts. I've just been feeling so lonely, and after I spoke to Priestess Cien at confession, I was considering maybe jumping into the pier and not emerging. As I was standing on the edge of that dock, she came to me, and in that moment of vulnerability, I just felt like she understood me, and that she could fill the hole that had been left by my wife's death. I know it was sin, and I know it was foolish to do, but she was just so calming. I had no control. Now, it's no excuse, I know. But in any case, I have not seen her since. I cannot tell you who she is. She wore a veil. I did not see her face.
Did you see her during the day or at night?
It was at night. Again, it was the same night last week. I know it was Day Zeus, because that's usually when I go to confession. But that's all I remember.
Thank you very much. I know this is a difficult thing for you to discuss, but Raj appreciates it. And it kind of just they just touch foreheads type of thing, like.
Thank you. If you do find this woman, gentle with her. I'm sure she can be led back to the light herself. And
Raj will do his best. Raj walks to Rana. Totally got everything we need to know. We're catching this girl.
Fantastic.
So,
what do we have to do?
Raj will disguise himself as some human, Raj supposes, a monk, or he'll just wear the robes. Really, it doesn't matter. He needs to look sad and depressed, and he should walk towards the docks. It may need to happen on Day Zeus, though Raj is not sure. We can try tonight.
Fantastic, though I must ask, why do you always get to have the fun?
Well, if you would like, you could. Raj was thinking you would stealth nearby. You'd be pretty much everything to Raj. If she took me or charmed me, which it sounds like she did to that man, Raj would be helpless.
Well, I have no problem having your back. I must admit I'm not the stealthiest, but surely
Raj can help you.
Thank the gods for that.
Unless you can disguise yourself as male. Raj is not sure that the Temptress tries to take in female. For all he knows is just males.
Unfortunate. But we'll work with what we've got.
So, we are away from the rest of the group. What would you like to do till nightfall?
Well, unfortunately, there's not much to do in this town. But you seem good at procuring fun, so perhaps we can find something with a bit of a walk.
Let's walk. So I guess we walk somewhere.
The rest of you guys, as you're kind of talking amongst yourselves, after a few minutes pass, you eventually realize that Rahaj and Ron are long gone.
Sods.
So what are you guys doing?
So I tell the group. So was that girl that's been following us around for like a couple days?
Rana?
Is that her name?
Yes. She's a clerk.
Oh.
She's a clerk of Luna. She's kind of stuck with us now.
She does seem quite capable.
Oh. I mean,
I think she's more up your alley in terms of some other things, but she seems cool.
What do you mean up my alley?
You know, the kill people before you speak to them type.
Okay.
Not that I'm judging. Look, you've saved us a lot of times. Quite frankly, you're scary. But look, I'm just gonna put it out there that you might have some things in common. I'm going to shut up.
Okay, let's see. I might talk to her. Never mind, I'm not. Who am I kidding? So, anyway.
Well, it seems like Rahaj and Rana have gone to investigate this so-called temptress. We might as well use our time wisely while we're here. We cannot leave without our two companions.
So we're hunting the seductress, since the children are completely off the table as far as Alana's concerned.
I disagree. I think we should look for the children, even though it is very likely that they have been abducted and are far gone by now. We have not confirmed that.
I think I like you a bit more, Sethanon.
I kind of smile slightly and say, well, if there's anything that I've learned in my time with all of you is that there's always potential for surprises. We should not give up hope on the children if they are still within our ability to save.
Good. Surprises, yes. She's trying to think what the surprise was. She's very confused. But in any case, so, children or seductress? Temptress? Thingtress?
Let's go after
I think
the
the children. Yes.
If we go to the temptress, then that just means in another day or two that the children get farther away.
Children it is,
It's
then.
definitely more pressing because we don't know if they'll still be alive for a lot of time.
Do we know where the
Oh,
murder
you
happened?
guys...
What's
Do
that?
we know where the murder happened? I mean, that would be a place to start.
The town outside of Port Vigil. Next to Port Vigil.
He told you it's to the east. It's a town. It's a small village called Ajoraville.
Okay.
It's actually over here.
I repeat this back to the group.
So we'd have to actually
And
leave.
do you know who was handing out this reward? Because we could go see him to see all the information he has collected so far. It would be somewhat of a help.
Well, do you know what they
Run
told
was
you? Yeah, they told you his Commander Regala was in charge of the investigations. That's what you heard.
So we could go see him before everything.
Okay.
Dubois, do you mind if I put you in charge of asking him? You're both men of rank. I think that you'd probably get the best results.
I don't mind.
Thank you.
All right.
So let's
you
hunt
guys-
down this guy.
So you're looking for Commander Regala?
Yeah,
Yep.
let's ask around.
All right. Yeah. So asking around a bit, they do point you towards there's kind of like a guard outpost near the church. So as you head in that direction, eventually you come into the guard headquarters, and there you are led by two of the guards up into the top of the guard post, where there's sort of like a watchtower, and there you're presented before what appears to be kind of a mid-30s, like mid to late 30s woman with black hair tied back in a very tight bun, with like this very stern and like serious look on her face. Yes, I was told you have questions about information regarding the murder of the priors.
Yes, my lady. No, we came to hear everything you have collected, so we can start our investigation somewhere.
Yes, you're interested in the bounty, I understand. Well, in that case, we have gathered a few details. The parents, Hazel and David, and she kind of pulls up a scroll where she has some notes. Yes, they were found. The bodies were laying upon the ground in what appears to be some kind of ritual. There was a symbol in blood painted along the ground, along their bodies. Let's see. Their daughter. From what we understand, the father, David, was a lumberjack in the area near Adroaville. His daughter, Thomason, actually, she's worked at one of the nearby general stores from time to time. She was almost a woman full grown in her own right. And they also had an infant, baby Gilbert. Those two seem to be missing at the present time. We haven't determined any clues as to the identity of the culprit, but we have reason to believe that they may have kidnapped Thomason, the young woman, and her baby brother, Gilbert, which is why we have closed off any emigration through the ports for the time being until we can collect more information. If you are interested in pursuing this bounty, then any information will be appreciated. I would recommend heading to Adroaville, as that seems to be where the crime took place. Currently,
is the crime scene still intact?
Well, we have buried the bodies and given them a proper ritual, but other than that, we have left the scene of the event untouched for further investigation. Unfortunately, I've been stretched thin with these orcs reported in the area, and I've only been able to have so much help from the temple since the conclave is currently in session. They need more guards there. In addition, if you happen to encounter any orcs, I am willing to pay you for felling as many of them as possible. For every left orc ear you bring me, I will award you with a total of 20 gold.
You mentioned a symbol. What did it look like?
It looked like some sort of star. I can't quite describe it. It appeared to be in blood. Looked to be some sort of ritual, perhaps for a spell of some kind, though I'm not familiar with this chain of arcane arts.
Could I attempt like an Arcana check or something? See if I might. Or I need to actually see the symbol.
Yes, well, she holds up like another scroll with like a sketch drawing, so you can make an Arcana check as well.
Okay. Oh my god! Really?
No, you've no familiar with this ritual, or even whether or not it's actually magical.
Can I make one too?
Yeah, you can, Jacket.
Not that much better.
No, unfortunately, you're not familiar with that particular symbol.
Sethanon, anything?
Yes, I'll take a look at this.
There we go.
Dang.
There's the good money!
Holy shit!
Oh, Sethanon, we love you.
I recall writing a Wikipedia entry on this. Let's see.
Look at this graph.
I like how nonchalant he is back to. He goes, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll take a look at it." He knows everything about it.
Okay, I'm just checking my notes, but you do recall that it is the symbol of an archfey. They're legends of this very powerful entity from the Feywild, very dark and sinister, kind of stuff of like children's nightmare fairy tales. So it definitely brings back memories of that. The exact name but I lost it in my notes for a moment. So
Titania, which court?
It does not belong to the courts. This is a separate entity in the Feywild. It's more of like an old, like tree-like entity that has kind of like a soul. That is said to, many flock to its worship. Particularly, it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of like this tree, this like sentient tree, but like decaying and rotted and very arcane and dark in nature.
Oh, that's pleasant.
No.
No, no.
Oh,
It is
great,
not.
the Fae.
Well,
Well, if it's anything, I can read and speak Sylvan, so that
so
might
this the father of the lumberjack would have lured this into his home, if I understand.
Are you asking this to Regala?
I asked to Seth, I guess.
That is a possibility. His work might have offended this being.
Well, we are definitely on a good start, and I thank the commander. I thank you, ma'am, for your informations, and I think we will come back with some results soon enough.
Yes, anything you can do to help, and of course, as I mentioned, the full reward of 500 gold to anyone who can apprehend the culprit or bring back the children would be appreciated. Thank you.
Good day.
And she just goes back to her notes.
So...
Oh, okay, sorry. So I found my notes. It's actually called the Shrike, is the name of the Archfey.
That sounds super pleasant.
Evil bird, hooray! Okay, so the time would have moved, I suppose?
About an hour has passed in this whole conversation and heading over to the guardhouse. So
Have
another
I been
hour.
looking at my potion for that hour?
If you want to take a short rest, yeah, you could examine it.
Hey, Rana, are we taking a short rest?
Sure. We've got
Okay,
the time
cool.
to kill.
We were just sitting by a tree.
Can we sit in the
humming.
shade? It's a bit bright.
Yeah. We just like.
Yeah,
you
so
know.
it should be in the SRD if you want to look up the details.
What does that mean? What is an SRD?
It's the little eye in the top right corner,
Gotcha.
the compendium.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so an hour passes. You guys head out of the guardhouse.
So do we try and find Rahaj and Rana and let them know we're going, or do we wait on them?
No.
Do we?
Yeah, we should do that.
We should at least
Right.
confirm where we're going so they can find us. Whether they join us is up to them.
Agreed.
We'll be expecting to meet some orcs and a dangerous face, so we need everyone.
How's about this? We set out tomorrow. Tonight we just rest up and think of ways. Come on. With
Yes.
this,
I agree.
there is a rush, but there's not much we can do when they just disappear on us. Not that I'm bitter or anything.
Well, it does sound like if we must face this being, this entity, we should be properly prepared.
What do you suggest?
Well, I do know of magic that can guard some of us against such Fey-wild beings. Aside from that, though, we must consider that this may not be a simple case of kidnapping. It does sound like the lumberjack could have offended this being. I do not know if this is a random and arbitrary kidnapping or act of hostility towards this particular family. We should be prepared to anticipate something more complicated than a simple confrontation.
Well, we cannot anticipate the unknown.
That is true.
With faith in heart, I will face anything that will stand in our way.
It has worked up until now.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess we go find them and fill them in.
Yes.
Fill them in, rest up, get everything in order. Send any wills to anyone if you have them.
I already did that.
Aren't
Always
you
the opposite.
pessimist?
We're dealing with Fae, they aren't exactly friendly.
Well, so am I.
I'm afraid if I keep sending wills to my uncle, he will just start ignoring them.
How many have you sent?
Well, one, but that's one too many, to be honest. I kind of regret it now.
All right, so you guys
um,
looking?
Let's go find a Rahaj.
I'm Jacket. I just thank God's that.
Oh wait, everyone, ignore what just was put in the chat.
Wow.
You know what, Raj? This is karma for posting the entire Homeward Bound right now.
I didn't realize it would do that. That's
Good
kind
to know.
All right, guys. No, don't
Yes,
drink
Mom.
any potions I give you.
Yes, Alana, you were saying?
I'm just glad that it was not what I thought it was.
Me too. It means we can do something about it. Now, come on, let's find those two sods and get out of here.
All right, so you spend about an hour looking around through town. Eventually, you do catch up with Rana and Rahaj.
Can we actively try to let them not see us?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make another stealth check, and it has
Hey.
been an hour. So unless you're casting,
I'll cast.
And also you're metagaming, so you're gonna have to do the pre-prescience.
oh yeah,
Nice.
I'd have to say,
You right.
I have to say, yeah, I have to say it'd be a prescience. But sorry, Alana.
Never mind. I'm
Can I
not
sneak
gonna.
up on him?
I'm not gonna waste anything. We'll just be chilling by the tree.
Okay, but yeah, Alana, you could sneak up on her if you want.
Okay.
So if you want to make a stealth check.
Oh yes, yes. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Please roll like a 2, and then I can throw a rock at you.
22.
All right. Well, that's a bit
They
different. than what I
definitely
said.
do not see you as they're kind of like resting by in a tree. Rahaj is kind of looking at this vial of a potion of some kind.
I motioned like this to the party, and
Oh, we're definitely cuddling, by the way, under the
We're
tree.
cuddling under the tree, staring into the potion together.
I quickly super fast stealth right up behind Rahaj and hold a dagger to his throat.
Whoa! Oh no!
I grab her hand and cast inflict wounds.
No, you don't! Oh, no! I get to put my hand away. No.
Well,
No, wait.
she has her blade up to your throat, so you're just gonna like go and try to cast inflict wounds.
I want to try to grab her hand and cast
Okay,
inflict
that's
wounds.
gonna be you're gonna have to roll an attack for that.
All right.
Oh,
Oh my
Don't
god.
fuck with me. Don't
let's just
fuck
get
with me.
along.
You
Um,
fucked up Alana.
Alana, if you want to attack first, you would get surprise attack.
Oh my god!
I'm not actually attacking him. He's such
I
a
know.
dick.
To be fair, it's logic that he would react like this. He doesn't know
It is
who's
an
attacking.
That's true.
So go ahead
Oh
and roll your
god,
attack.
I'm gonna feel really bad. Hold on. Don't hit. Thank God.
But you quickly dart away with your speed, Alana.
And I back up and I'm like, woo, someone's a little touchy. What are you guys doing out here making out?
Do you normally greet people with daggers?
Well,
Just
it's what I do.
Rahaj looks to Rana,
Yes, she
then looks back
does.
to Alana and says, "Oh, much more than just making out, Alana."
Oh yes, we've had quite a time here.
Don't you know what's on this ground? It's kind of gross.
So, other than intruding, what are you all doing?
Well, I'll let Jackie fill you in.
Me?
Something about
Okay. So far, we just know it's Feywild related. It's happening in the next town over, and the kids might have a chance of being alive. And, well, it's Feywild, so we think that you would at least want to know, Rahaj.
Why?
I wonder why. I don't know, actually. Maybe it's because you're from the Feywild. I don't know.
Right. And now Rahaj lives on this plane. So.
Yes.
It's not important. We've got a Fey and some orcs to kill on the way.
Have you not heard of a Shrike? Come on.
Alright, well, how about you all? Go back to the, do you plan on going right now, or, like, tomorrow?
Well,
How long,
whenever
would the how long would the trip take to the place via the path?
If you're going by foot, let's see here. So you can go up to 8 hours per day, and it
Oh my God.
is. Let me check
Fuck
my
that.
notes.
I'm not going.
Let me see here. So it's about 66 miles. You can travel in a single day. If you're going just a regular pace, you can go 24 miles. That's on foot.
If we go by horse.
If you try and go by horse, I believe it's 30 miles because horses still have to rest. They can't like rush the whole way there.
So that's
But
a
like
little over 2 days.
you won't be encumbered, and you can go at a fast pace the whole time.
We'll head off tomorrow. I'd rather not have the cover of. I'd rather not do it in the night.
Alright, so you all can go back to the church and leave Ron and I to what we were doing.
And what were you doing, you sneaky crap? Tries not to say a bad word. You sneaky saps.
He almost said.
Raj looks back to Ron and says, Raj believes we already told you what we were doing.
Jacket,
Yes.
I can't believe your language. That was quite foul.
You two will be the death of me. Look, you are obviously both ridiculous beings, and whatever you're doing, I want you to not die while doing it. If you do, I won't be there to bury you. Now, if you're not going to tell us what dangerous thing you're planning on doing, we're going to the next neighboring town tomorrow. Now,
Okay,
good night.
bye.
Have lovely dreams.
Jack is
We
gonna be
will.
falling down the
I
stairs.
tried.
Raj Mahal.
Everyone else.
Hey, Jacket, have you seen Dick for a while?
Yes,
Good, keep an eye on him. Night.
you dick.
Rana's gonna smack him a little bit and be like, "Don't threaten the rat. It's quite cute."
It is an empty threat, I promise.
Can I roll to hear that? Come on, I have elf ears. I've got to hear something.
Well, I mean, would she have heard that, Raj?
Oh, yeah, no, Raj doesn't care.
Yeah, you heard.
Well, Dig's still offended. We're going. We are, aren't we?
Yes.
Raj would like it if you did.
For what it's worth, Jacket, it's not too dangerous of a plan.
Yeah,
Oh, then why can't you tell me what it is?
because where's the fun in that?
The fun is not dying, so you can drink another day.
Well, I wouldn't mind telling you the plan, but you know how Rahaj doesn't like to kiss and tell.
It is true.
Rahaj
Yeah.
kisses everyone and tells. Don't you dare pull that on me.
Technically, Raj has only kissed Dubois of this group. So.
Wait,
Oh no,
Yeah.
wait, that's not.
Wait.
did I miss something?
Dubois
Was
learns this for
it
the first time.
yesterday night? I don't remember.
That was like towards the beginning of our adventure.
Raj goes, well, Raj will remember it forever. And then he kind of weeps, fake weeps.
Rana's gonna
I'm
pat
kissing
his hair and go, there, darling. I'm sure it was very memorable.
It was.
Okay, so we're going back to the church, and you guys can do whatever without any extra help. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Bliv's just gonna start walking towards
I'm
the
just
church.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stay for one more second, like, if you
I
care
love
for
Liv.
any of
Thank
the
you,
times I have healed your ass, then you will tell me what the shit you are doing.
Oh my god.
Oh.
What I was doing or what I am doing?
What you are going to do
What I'm
tonight.
going to do? Tonight? Oh, tonight. Well, how do you define tonight? Like, relatively speaking, like, the end of this year could be tonight, and the next year is the day. You know what I mean?
Be serious for once in your life, Raj.
Raj has been serious.
No,
We all kind of
now
look at him
tell
like,
me. I am putting my foot down. You have died way too many times on me. I am not letting it happen again unless you are being an idiot. And you currently are. So come on,
Well,
fill their
thank you
beans.
so much. Raj was going to go get gifts for everyone. But thank you for making it spoiled.
Can I do one insight check? The first one in my entire career. Come on.
Well, you know that he's not. He is holding something back from you, but you're
Wait, how
not
does she
sure
know
what
that?
It is.
Because
the
she's
fact that you were
Raj.
saying you
How
were
does she
being-
not?
When have you ever given a gift that wasn't made by me?
She doesn't need to make a prescience roll for this one, no.
That's pretty obvious.
Oh, and I'm sure you're going to share it with the little fairies. Come on, Raj. Please don't die on me. I owe you one.
Raj promises that if he dies, which I'm sure he will not, but if he does die, he will not haunt you forever.
Fair enough.
Rana-
I am done.
Rana's gonna just kind of sit up a bit out of the cuddle and look to Jacket and say, I made you a bit of a promise earlier about offering help when I can. It's a plan that we have that if more people are involved, it raises the risk of not working.
Why didn't
I
you
will-
say so? Oh my gods and spirits. I'm
Because
going to bed.
Maybe if Raj told you, you'd be in the worst position for it. Maybe he's looking out for you, Jacket. Think about that.
I highly, highly, highly doubt it with every inch of me. Now, I'm going. Goodbye, farewell. Dig says bye. I say bye. Bye. I'm going to the church.
Farewell, Dig!
Bye, Dig.
Bye.
Alright, and so everyone else is going to the church?
Yeah.
I maybe over my shoulder. Be careful, Raj.
What does that
And
mean?
also it's
Okay, yeah, so everyone heads to the church. A couple more hours pass until the sun starts to go down. As you guys are heading into the church, however, you do, Dubois and Sethanon, as you're kind of heading to your room, you see Hilta, the halfling again. She says, "Oh, hello there. How's it going? You talked to Captain Bob yet?"
Not yet, no.
Okay, well,
We
make
are,
sure you talk to him. He's heading out the 19th. So if you're not on board by then, well, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and where's your horny friend? See about?
Can that halfling get
Right,
inspiration?
so doing your horny stuff.
All right, well, if you see him around, tell him I said hey. And she just walks off.
Aww.
Alright then.
Actually, when we get back to the church, I'm gonna look for. I don't know if there's anything there, but facilities where I can wash up, and I'll get like a shaving kit, a straight razor or something to shave. I assume he hasn't shaved in quite a while, so.
Yeah, there is like a bathhouse inside the not a bathhouse, but like a cleaning room inside the church.
Okay, I'm gonna go get cleaned up because Jacket was hinting that I stunk. So.
That's coming from
And
Jacket.
she. I was gonna say if she's telling me that I better go get cleaned up.
I mean, it's you kind of have to, get the water yourself in a bucket and like heat it up and like fill the bath yourself. So it takes a while, a lot longer than for us these days. But you do eventually.
Okay.
It's what I know.
Sure.
Also for shaving as well.
Back in Seth's
I
day.
will.
Can I talk to the confessional lady, Priest Sien?
Yeah, you see her. She's actually just lighting some candles as the sun is going down next to a window. And she turns. Oh, hello there.
Hello. I'm after local history.
Oh, of course. What can I help you with?
Has this town or the surrounding area have problems with the Fae at all, or anything of the like?
Ah, the Fae. You've been talking to the children lately. Well, of course, there's always stories, and I, for one, know that there are real horrors out there, but no, our town has never had anything beyond the casual superstition. I mean, over in Ajoraville, there's talk of the Lady of Garenwood, but other than that, just more folk tales.
Let me put it another way. Have you had people go into the woods and not come back out? Strange animals running around. Anything of the kin?
Well, I did hear about something about that about a long time ago. It was about 18 years ago. It was similar to what's happening now with the priors being murdered. I don't know. I don't remember the details. You'll have to ask them over in Ajoraville. Somebody went missing 18 years ago, something like that. I can't remember.
Thank you very much. I'll follow up on it.
My pleasure.
Have a good evening.
And likewise, if there's anything you wish to get off your chest, then anytime. The confession booth is completely anonymous.
Actually, I'd like to make a confession. This is a very lovely and kind church, and I'm honored to be here.
Thank you very much. Your words are too kind. But really, if there's any burdens that I can help you with, let me know. And she goes back to lighting the candles.
Okay, I'm done for my Sherlock homelessing. Let's go to bed.
So a few more hours pass. We'll say it's about 8 p.m. at this point. It's now darkfall. Oh, sorry, Alana. My mistake. My bad. Before that happens, rewind.
Can I bust up into the bathroom where Seth is? And I say,
What?
well, this is actually going to take a lock-picking check, actually.
oh, okay.
You have to use your thieves' tools.
I hope you're not naked. All right.
I'm naked.
Oh!
You, unfortunately, like, you're just kind of, like, laughing to yourself.
I bang on the door.
So good.
I bang on the door.
Bang on the door. Okay, well, I'll put on the towel around my waist, and I'm in the middle of shaving, so I'll have a straight razor in my hand, and half my face is latted up. And I'll answer the door. And before I answer the door, I'll say yes.
It's Alana. Open up.
Okay, I open up. May I help you?
You want to go stalk Rana and Rahaj and find out what they're up to?
Why are you suggesting that?
Because what else do you have to do right now? They can pop some corn, see if they get themselves knocked out. You know, watch from a distance.
Well, I'm in the middle of cleaning up. Not quite decent.
You look fine. We can go now. I mean, just put like a shirt on or something.
Optional. The shirt.
I'll meet you in a few minutes outside.
Okay, well,
You can wait.
I'm like impatient. I'm like, okay, we gotta go now though. We gotta go. Because gonna do something. I've got a roll.
Okay. I'll just nod and I'll leave the door open. I'll just go back to shaving
Okay.
So you
as
spend,
quick as I
like,
can without cutting myself.
Spend like another minute or two, and then finish washing up your face, and you're ready to go.
Okay. Yeah. I'll quickly get into just simple, breeches in the tunic, boots, or whatever. Join Alana on spying mission.
Let's go.
Awesome. So yeah, you guys start heading out. I want both of you to make survival checks. Jacket, in the meantime, what are you up to?
Oh shit.
I want to turn into a cat.
Okay, yeah. You can't.
That's it. I want to turn into a cat. That's it. Nah, of course. Yeah, I'm going to try and follow up on Rana and Rahaj because they said it was
Guys,
people.
please.
They didn't say if there were more animals involved that it would be a problem. I'm fine.
Okay, so you can also make. It's going to be a survival check as well, but you can have advantage because you are a cat. So use your cat's stats. So
okay.
I think if
Cat
you
stats.
find the SRD, it should have stats for a cat. Stats for a cat. And meanwhile,
Wait, I have my wisdom stats intact when I wild shape.
Oh,
so
that's true. So, same. So yeah. we'll get to you in a second. Dubois, in the meantime.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the confessional.
Okay.
What's going
So
on?
as you guys head out, you spend a couple minutes trying to like see which way Rahaj went. Dubois, you step inside the confession booth, and the dim sort of candlelight kind of flickering through this sort of screen on the side of you. After a few moments, you hear the door on the other side open, and someone come in. Yes, my child, relieve your burdens in the light of Ultima. You recognize the voice of Priest Cien.
Well, my mother, it has been a long time since I went to the confessional, since I confessed. I somewhat lost faith in the institution. I've seen all kind of people pretending to be ultimate faithful. Then the more I frequent pagans and non-believers, and the more I find good people where I expect none to be, and where I expect the good people to be, I meet crooks and corrupt officials.
Yes, I understand. All those who follow Ultima's teachings, it's said in the ultimatum itself that we are all flawed. We are all full of the void. But we must not let that void become us. We must not identify ourselves with the void. I can understand if you lose your way, if you see the actions of others who claim to wear the banner of Ultima. Know that they are all her children nonetheless, and we all find our way to the light. Eventually.
Does the unworthy get punished by Ultima herself, or must it be her faithful people like me who take up arms in her name, who need to do it in her name? Because the land seems ridden with these kind of people, unworthy and evil makers. I am confused on what to do and how it all works.
There are great evils in this land that are even beyond Ultima's power to quell. However, we were created by her, and therefore we are an extension of her power. It is through our actions that her will can be realized. So yes, it does take the actions of faithful men and women, just like yourself, to rise up against evil and injustice, no matter what face it wears. However, when it comes to mortals, those who are capable of good, who have good deep down in their hearts, we are taught that when they stray from the path of light and they commit acts of evil, they harm themselves more than anyone else. What they do to their own souls is far worse than any punishment any law or decree could bestow upon them. While it is necessary to bring these individuals to justice, know that it is not out of vengeance, but to protect Ultima's children and to protect those individuals themselves. It is a great burden to be one who serves Ultima this way, to know the difference between right and wrong, good and evil. But just remember that when you do bring men and women who have strayed from the path of good, men and women who have erred on the side of evil, know that you do not smite them with the wrath of Ultima, but It is through you that you offer them Ultima's forgiveness and the chance to redeem themselves. That hopefully when their souls move on, they will be joined with her again. I understand your burdens, but regardless of the weight that rests on your heart, know that sometime very soon, Ultima will bring you back to the way of righteousness, and you will feel the warmth of her embrace soon, my child.
Your words are very reassuring. It has been a long time since I spoke with someone of faith who shared my faith. I've been alone with non-believers for a long time, and know that I am very grateful to you, and I respect you a great deal. You are a good person, madame.
Gratitude is the truest path to Ultima. Thank you, my child.
Good night.
To you as well. Alright, and you head back to your room?
Yep.
Alright, meanwhile, the rest of the gang, Scooby and the gang, you guys... So, Jackie, you're kind of like hopping along from rooftop to rooftop. You see that other same cat you saw earlier that kind of hisses at you and kind of just scurries off. But you do, as you're heading rooftop to rooftop, you do manage to see Rahaj walking along the streets, and you sort of follow along, keeping a safe distance. Meanwhile, Alana and Sethanon, you guys do... you have a bit of trouble keeping up, and so you kind of lag behind a bit. It takes you about like an hour before you really figure out which way he'd sent. But you do notice some like a partially eaten goodberry tossed to the side, and you're like, oh, that could be him. So you get a sense that you're on the right track, but you're kind of lagging behind him a little bit. Rahaj. So night has fallen at this point. I'd say at this point it's probably 9 p.m. You are headed to the...
So I think Rana and Rahaj are heading towards the docks,
Yes.
and we're gonna find like a nice alleyway, a shady part where I can change my appearance, and I can give her a place to stealth.
Okay. Yeah, so you do find an alleyway, this like abandoned house near the pier, and sort of like in between that where you can be discreet.
Would she be able to see the docks from where she is?
Yeah, the docks, there's sort of like a boardwalk all along the harbor, and there's like several piers sort of jutting out into the water from where you can see.
Well, does this spot look suitable for you?
Seems fine to me. I've got a good view from here. Make sure you do your best to seem depressed, at the edge, like you've got nothing. It'll be hard, but try to hate yourself a little.
Raj will pretend like he has a life without you. And he kind of winks at her. Raj can make you a bit more stealthy if you would like.
Oh, please do.
Alright, I'll cast Pass Without a Trace. I guess on both of us, but I'm not going to be sneaking, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then, okay, I'll bless her again, so she has advantage on stealth, and then plus 10.
Right, cool. So you walk out onto the pier.
Wait, Rana, before I walk away. Hey, 25, not bad. Should I stay as myself, or should I appear to be human?
Well, I would think that since the majority of who have been approached have been human, you don't want to stand out too much.
So human it is. And then,
Unfortunately.
I'll use another one of my spells. Oh god, I hope I don't get into a fight! To disguise myself.
That's what I'm here for.
As the same guy. And then, before he goes, he's gonna go, maybe you could give Rahaj something for good luck?
Of course. And I am going to... Let's see, what can I do that would be really helpful for you?
Raj cops. A kiss, good luck. That's all I need.
Surely you could require a bit more practical things, of course. But I'm going to lean in and give him a kiss and cast guidance. Actually, I'm going to cast resistance. So there you go. Oh, I don't know if it'll
Good.
suit me.
Link. Love it.
It'll load in a second.
Alright, and then Raj is gonna get up in his human form, kind of sulk his shoulders, look down, and walk to the dock till he gets to the very end, and then he's gonna just sit down, dangle his feet, and just kind of stare deeply into the water.
Okay. So
Try to be as
rest
melancholy as possible.
there. About 15 minutes pass. This point, Sethanon and Alana, you do eventually come to the pier. You get a feeling that Rahaj went this way, but you don't see him around anywhere.
What should we do? Think we should wait a minute?
Well, I am not the expert in this matter. Is the goal to sneak up on them or to observe from a distance?
I'm thinking observe from a distance. I can roll prescience.
Go for it.
Oh god.
Hey, if she wants to.
My pre-science.
Pre-science.
No, don't earn his wrath.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yep. I do believe that is below your prescience level, so you...
Yeah.
If y'all
you
were
get a feeling, you're like, wait a second, Rahaj, he can change his identity, like he's probably just looking like a human.
There's that
You see
asshole.
You see this one human who you recognize, that's like, wait a second, that was one of the guys at the temple, what is he doing? And you're like, oh, it just clicks in your head, that must be Rahaj.
Alright, I push Sethanon down. I'm like,
Oh,
he's sitting
what?
on that pier. That's Rahaj.
I
We're
see.
hiding behind the bushes. Or whatever. We're
And
hiding
Jacket, you saw like the whole transformation, the kiss on the cheek, and him walking onto the pier. You saw the whole thing just from the rooftops.
Mama Jacket disapproves of this kiss. Rana, you deserve better.
How dare
Mama
you?
Jack happy.
Okay. So Rahaj, as everyone's basically like staked out, watching you sitting on this pier, looking real sad. About an hour passes. Nothing happens. You wait a bit longer. Another hour passes.
Okay, so I'm Raj again.
Meanwhile, Dubois, you hear a knock on your door
God
in your room.
damn it.
Oh,
Yes. Who is it?
The door opens, and inside you see a woman wearing robes with a veil over her face, and she says to you, "Fear not your burdens. As soon you will feel Ultima's embrace." And that's where we will end this session tonight.
oh,
Oh, totally
Good job, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Got to see a kiss on the cheek and Rahaj looking at water.
So great job, guys. Unfortunately, no combat XP, but plenty of RP XP once I get through all that. Again, thanks for such a great episode. For anyone watching this on Twitch or YouTube, I hope you've enjoyed our session of 20 Sides, a very role-play heavy session, but that's what we're all about. It's a role-playing game. What do you want? That's it for our session of 20 Sides, and hopefully we will see you
Thank you, Tristan.
next Sunday. You're welcome.
yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank
Excellent game.
Bye.
Good night.